Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Friday, June 28th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $, ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got some Friday night baseball, the Minnesota Twins versus the Seattle Mariners. Let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and I'll get into the starting lineups. Happy Friday, y'all. Let's get it, baby. And on the thumb, on the left, we have Carlos Correa. And on the right, Julio Rodriguez. I'm super excited about this series. The Minnesota Twins are the real deal. They're in second place in the AL Central, and it wouldn't shock me if we ended up getting swept by this team, but hopefully we can win 2 out of 3 because we got the Baltimore Orioles next in a 3-game set at home. I will be going to one of those matchups in Seattle on July 4th, and right after that, we play the Toronto Blue Jays. So hopefully we can get 2 out of 3 against Minnesota, 2 out of 3 against Baltimore, but I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Let's get in the starting lineup first for the visiting Minnesota Twins. Leading off for the Twins at second base, Willie Castro. Batting in the 2-hole, playing shortstop, Carlos Correa. Batting third, playing left field, Trevor Larnach. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, DHing tonight for Minnesota, Royce Lewis. Batting fifth, playing first base, Carlos Santana. Batting sixth, playing third base, Jose Miranda. In the 7-hole, playing right field, Max Kepler. Batting eighth, playing center field, Manuel Margot. And batting ninth, catching tonight for the Twins, Christian Vasquez. And on the mound for the Twins with a 7-4 record, an ERA of 4.50, Bailey Ober. And now let's get into the starting lineups for your Seattle Mariners. Glad to be back home in Seattle, baby. Pacific Northwest. It was a tough road trip. We're happy to be back. Leading off for the Mariners at shortstop, one of our leaders, J.P. Crawford. Tridents up, baby. Let's go. And we're going to need both sides of play in the box and obviously playing some defense. Let's get it. Batting second, playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. Tridents up. What a better way to be able to get a hot streak going than at home. Let's go, Julio. Batting third, catching tonight for the Mariners, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And if you look at the season so far, Cal Raleigh and Logan Gilbert have been the MVPs of this team, and hopefully we get guys like Julio to catch up. Batting fourth, batting cleanup, DHing tonight for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. Batting fifth, playing left field, Dominic Canzone. Batting sixth, playing first base for Seattle, Ty France. Batting seventh, the former Minnesota Twin going against his former team, second baseman Jorge Polanco. Hopefully some extra motivation to play well in this series and the rest of the year. Batting eighth, playing right field, Mitch Haniga. And batting ninth, playing third base for the Mariners, Hollywood Josh Rojas. And on the mound for the Mariners, our best pitcher overall besides Brian Wu, a 5-4 record, an ERA of 2.71. He should be an all-star this year with Cal Raleigh, but will probably get snubbed. Let's go, Walter Logan Gilbert. Let's go, baby. Our best chance to be able to get a win right out of the gates starting in game number 1. Let's go, Logan. And if everything stays true, when he ends up playing the Orioles in the rubber match on July 4th, when I go to the game with my best friend Justin, Logan Gilbert should be on the mound. Super excited. Brian Wu is hurt, so I won't get a chance to see him. So obviously I was hoping to see one of those two pitchers or George Kirby. And it looks like as long as there's no injuries and the rotation stays the same, I will be able to get to see Logan Gilbert's next start after this game. Hopefully he gets a dub here against the Baltimore Orioles. Super stoked. Let's go, baby. And Logan Gilbert is in a lot of top 10 categories. Obviously, he is going to be one of the top 5 Cy Young candidates, and he might be 5th right now out of 5 pitchers, but I'll take that as long as people are recognizing that Logan Gilbert is having a Cy Young type of year. Let's go, baby. Matt in the building. What's good? Let's get to 100 and donos. Let's do it. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, let them know. And again, if you've got a Twitter/X account, do your boy a solid and like and retweet the live stream on Twitter/X. And if you are in the room on the YouTube side, smash the like button. Let's try to get to 20 likes within the first hour. And we're going to shoot for 30 to 50 likes on every single stream. Sorry to hear that you're not feeling well, but the NHL draft, you're keeping me up to date with all the Seattle Kraken moves, so thank you so much. I also saw, Matt, that we ended up signing one of the best 4-star, 5-star running backs this side of the Mississippi going over to the West Coast, so we're getting another guy to sign, and I've seen people like LaMichael James and a few others comment on it, that recruiting is as strong as it's ever been for Oregon, and LaMichael tells no lies, and it's really awesome to be able to see more and more players choosing Oregon as their top spot, knowing that we are very close to be able to get to a natty and win, not just to get to a natty and lose like we did the 2 previous times. And I feel really good about the direction of where the Kraken are going with the NHL draft, and also the way the Oregon Ducks are, the trajectory is going on a very good upward motion. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. So what do we think about this? I mean, does anyone really have any ideas? This is a scoring forward, right? So, and we didn't really think that they would probably pick a defenseman, in the first 8 picks, right? Because unless that guy is like the best player overall as far as a defense, type of guy, or a goalie, you're probably going to be going for a center or a forward, a winger, someone that can score within a majority of the picks. And you would assume at some point, if there's a goalie worth taking within the first 10 picks, someone's going to grab them. But also they're going to be looking for those guys that can score goals. So I don't really know where it's going to go the rest of the draft, but I know you'll keep me up to date. And hopefully he's a good fit. And that's the only thing that we can anticipate. We got to be hitting on all our picks in the draft. And hopefully he ends up being a very key piece for the Seattle Kraken moving forward, as well as the new addition for the Oregon Ducks. Let's go. Oh, Maddie did. Nice. Nice. Jacob in the building. What's good? Yeah, I mean, like I said, Minnesota Twins are right on your ass. And even though the Twins are only up on the Royals by like a game, it's going to be a 3-team race. Obviously you guys have done very, very well, just like Seattle has, to be able to keep that number 1 spot. But in your guys' division, it was like ours last year with the Astro, Rangers, and Mariners battling it out. It's a 3-team race with the Guardians, the Twins, and the Royals. And I wish you the best of luck, my guy. Let's go. Let's get it. And we got first pitch coming up here in just 1 second. And 1 sec here, just making sure I got all my stuff taken care of. One moment. And thank you to Matt and Megan for liking or retweeting the stream to get us off to a good start over there. Appreciate you. And we got 26 people in the building. We're only at 3 likes right now. So we got 13 watching on the YouTube side, 13 on the Twitter/X side. So if you are one of the 13 that's in the room on the YouTube side, do your boy a solid and like the button. Smash the like button for your boy so that way we can get to 10 as soon as possible. And then once this game starts getting heated up, hopefully we can end up getting a few more people to come through. Yeah, so for whatever reason, the GIF that you sent me didn't go through on my end on the Instagram. I received it, but it comes up black on the screen. And usually with a lot of the GIFs and certain things, it's size permitted. So depending on the size of the file, I might not be able to pull it up on the screen as far as my streaming program. Some of them, if the file is small enough, I can do it like with the Cactus Jack Bang Bang, but a lot of those files are too big and it'll be too pixelated or it won't load. They have like restrictions on how big the file can be. But for whatever reason, I don't even get this chance to see it. It just came up black on my Instagram, unfortunately. But if there's a picture that you can send me that's not like a GIF or GIF or like a moving picture, I might be able to pull that up. But the initial picture you sent me did not come through with the GIF or the GIF there. All right, baby, here we go. I'm so excited. Let's get it, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's get to 20 likes within the first hour, 30 to 50. Let's get 100 in donos. Let's go, baby. And on the mound for the Mariners, our best pitcher overall, Logan Gilbert. Let's go, Logan. And in the box, leading off for the Minnesota Twins, Willie Castro. Takes a pitch outside. 1-0 count. 10-game hitting streak for Willie Castro. Big swing and a miss. 1-1 count. Let's go, baby. We got to limit the damage with Castro, Correa, and Larnach at the top of the order. Let's go, Gilbert. 1-1 pitch. Castro to Julio. There we go. No fly zone. Julio Rodriguez with the great defense. I love it, baby. Let's go. Great job, Julio. Keep that defense going, baby. Maybe this will be a breakout series for Julio. We need it. He struggled on the road, and hopefully we can get something going here. Next up for the Twins, shortstop Carlos Correa. And some of the boo birds came out, just like when Jose Altuve comes to town for the Astros. Correa was part of the cheating and part of that Houston Astro run with the garbage cans and whatnot. So I feel that a lot of Mariner fans and fans in general have not forgotten. And they're not going to boo. Nice hit by Correa to first base. But again, anytime that someone is associated with cheating, fans don't forget. Big fact. He doesn't get the boo birds as much as Jose Altuve. That's probably number one in baseball. But Correa will still get the boo birds here and there. But he's a very intelligent guy, Carlos Correa, and he'll have a long career in the broadcasting booth after he's done. Saw a few specials when he was featured on MLB Network, and very well-spoken, very intelligent. Just wish he didn't cheat, with the Astros back in the day. Obviously, his legacy would be not tarnished. Pitches outside. 1-0 count to Larnach. 1-0 count. And Correa got hit on the wrist, but ends up being okay playing in this game, and they're going to need him today. Next up, left fielder Trevor Larnach. Chop foul, 1-1 count, 255 average, 7 homers, and 25 ribbies in 2024. Elliot in the building. What's good, brother? How are you? That list of music that dropped was crazy, right? I normally won't send that to anybody. I'll just kind of mind my own business and go through some of the tracks that are on there. But I know that you love that type of music the same way I do. And again, I'm always going to be hip hop, but I always like a little bit of everything. So, anytime I see something compiled like that of music dropping, I'll definitely send it to you. Oh, wow. 9 runs in the 5th. Wow. Wheeling and dealing. Swing and a miss. 2-2 count to Trevor Larnach. And again, it'll probably be the Padres or one of the teams in the Central, like the Cardinals, that get that last wild card spot. But I like the way the Padres have been playing as of late, and it wouldn't shock me if you guys end up, getting to the playoffs, not catching the Dodgers in the win total column, but at least getting to the playoffs. I think you guys will either make it or you'll barely miss it. But it should be really, really close. And I would assume you guys are going to be shooting for 85 to 90 wins, and that's what you guys might need to be able to get into the wild card. So, top of the first, 0-0 Twins and Mariners. The Twins are in second place in the AL Central, just behind the Guardians and a game ahead of the Royals. And the Seattle Mariners are 4.5 up, on the Rangers and Stros, and we are still in first place. Let's go. You got your Twitter/X, do your boy a solid and like and retweet the stream for me. If you could do that for me, Elliot, that would be awesome. And if you could smash the like button on the YouTube side, that'd be great as well. It's helping us get some more people here in the room. 3-2 pitch by Gilbert. Chop foul. .255 average for Larnach here in 2024. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's get those 20 likes within the first hour and get 30 to 50. And if we end up hitting those numbers, we should be able to, get over 1,000 on the stream as far as total views. Larnach just fouling it off. Slider, slider, slider. Last 3 pitches from Gilbert to Larnach. .3-2 pitch from Gilbert. Popped up. Left field. Jam zone is there. 2 away. Good defense, Dom. There we go. Next up for the Twins, DHing for Minnesota, Royce Lewis. I like this. 5'10", 175. I knew he was from Spokane, but I didn't know the stats, so okay. I mean, we picked him 8th overall, so, it has to be pretty solid offensive player. Lewis fouls that one off, 0-1 count. Nice. Nice little breakdown there. Oh, 1 pitch is high, 1-1 count. Awesome. Can't wait to be able to see him, whenever that may be. I'm not sure if he's going to start right away or, if they're going to be kind of cautious with him and whatnot. But, I mean, the Kraken need as many goal scorers as they can get. We need better play in net, and we need scoring. Lewis, chopper to Rojas, throw to France. Got him. 3 up and 3 down, baby, leaving 1 stranded. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning. And on the mound for the Twins with a 7-4 record, ERA of 4.50, Bailey Obe. I don't know how many runs that we're going to be able to get or hits on Bailey, but hopefully we can rough him up early so that way he leaves in the 4th and the 5th and doesn't pitch into the 6th or the 7th. And I'm hoping that we can get 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits, and at the very least 4 runs, because 4 might be the new 5 this year because it is a pitching league. I understand that. Go Mariners. We need hits. We need runs, baby. Leading off for the Mariners, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Batting second, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up, baby. Let's go. Let's start a nice little hit streak. And batting third, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. He's been definitely our MVP so far here in 2024 with Logan Gilbert and Andres Munoz, our closer. Let's go. Yeah, well, obviously, if Rich Paul is saying, to every other team, if you pick him, he's going to go to Australia, they're not going to waste a pick, And again, if his last name wasn't James, he wouldn't have gotten picked at all, And then if he waits a couple more years after that, his other son might try to get, drafted by the Lakers if LeBron is still hanging around, trying to play with both of his sons and whatnot. So, but it's not like it's going to lead to a championship or anything like that. It's just trying to play with his son and whatnot in LA. And again, there's not many teams that probably would have done that. But if you already have LeBron James on the roster, you're not going to waste a first round pick on it, but you could definitely waste the second round one on it. It doesn't have the same type of significance and value as like an NFL draft since there's only 2 rounds. But a lot of those guys in the second round don't even make the team. So bottom of the first, 0-0 Twins, and Mariners pitches inside by Bailey Obeah. 0-2 count, even though that was about a foot inside of the plate. JP not happy about that. Should be 1-1 count right now. Come on, JP. Don't let that get to you. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. 0-2 pitch. JP fouls that off. Count remains 0-2. Let's go, baby. We need both sides of the ball. Offense and defense. Let's go, JP. Bring that electricity. Start it off for us. 0-2 pitch to Obeah. To Crawford. Got him. There goes JP Crawford. 1 away. We'll give some love to Bailey. First K for him. I see you. Next up, Julio Rodriguez. And a lot of the people on social media that were covering the Mariners were trying to do this standing ovation for Julio and his first at bat. They did it for Trey Turner on the Phillies last year, and it helped him get out of a funk. But the problem is you get a lot of these idiots that were tagging Julio in the post. If you're going to do something like that as fans, you don't tag the player. You actually just do the actual, act of giving him the standing O. And obviously, as you see that first at bat, not very many people listen. But he did get a hit at his first at bat, so it looks like it worked. There we go. About half the fans maybe stood up there at that first at-bat that got the message. But either way, Julio knew it was coming, and pressure is off. Nice hit by Julio Rodriguez. Let's go. Let's start a nice hit streak, baby. Nice little single up the middle. Next up, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Bring that electricity, baby. Let's get it. Let's go, Cal. Captain Oreo in the building. What's good? Well, the 2 cities that are going to get a team first are going to be the Supersonics in Seattle. They'll come back, and I would assume Vegas. That would be the smart thing to do as far as fan base, money, the profits, the land. Being able to bring Seattle, that would be number 1, and Vegas would be definitely number 2. And then there's going to be a few other teams that will be in the mix, but Seattle and Vegas should be the clear options for the 2 spots when they go from 30 teams to 32 in the NBA. And that's something that's already been discussed in the last few months already, so it's not new news. Pitch is low, towards the knees, 1-2 count for Cal Raleigh. Bottom of the first, 0-0 Twins and Mariners. Runner at first, 1 out. 1-2 count from Obeah to Cal Raleigh. 14 homers leads the team so far this season. Pitches inside. 2-2 count. No, they're not going to take the Thunder back. Thunder already are there for a reason in OKC. So they're going to bring in a new team. They will never take OKC back to Seattle. Not going to happen. They've already solidified themselves as a franchise over there. And hell, if they had a little bit better luck, they would have actually made the, Western Conference Finals or the championship. They were close. They were very good this year. Them and Minnesota are on the up and up. Throw to first to Julio. Safe. Appreciate you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little Cactus Jack bang bang, $5 holla. I got you during the commercial break. 95 to go. Thank you so much. Twins are challenging to see if they tag Julio on the butt cheek before he went back to first. Let's see. Looks almost instantaneous with the tag and his hand going into first. Hopefully Julio's safe. They're reviewing it right now. The last thing we need is for Julio to get called out this early in the matchup. We need to keep our base runners safe and move them over. See what they say about Julio here at first base. Bottom of the first, 0-0 Twins and Mariners. Runner at first, Julio for now with one away. And here's the call. Damn, there goes Julio. Damn it. You know, just when the fans started to cheer for him and to get his confidence back after being terrible on the road trip, you know, to get a hit at his first at-bat was great, but then that all got wasted by getting called out, by maybe going a little bit too far at first base. And, you know, it was a good throw by Ober to first base, and there goes Julio Rodriguez, 2 away. Way to kill the momentum. That sucks. Cal, that one goes foul. Count remains 2-2. Let's go, Big Dumper. And hopefully when I get to go next Thursday to see the Orioles and the Mariners on July 4th, hopefully I can get a Cal Raleigh or Julio foul ball. Either one of those 2 players from the Mariners or an Adley Rushman, Gunnar Henderson. Those are going to be the 4 players I'm shooting for. You know, all-star players on the Orioles and the 2 best that we got on our end. 3-2 pitch to Cal. Got him looking. Nice punch out there by Bailey. Ober. Damn it, Bailey. All right, Ober. 2 punch outs already in that inning. 7-4 record, ERA of 4.50. It might be a long night until we have to get past him, and then it might be a sprint in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Hopefully we can find a way to get a few hits and a few runs, you know, before the 6th inning. Let's see who's up next here for the Minnesota Twins. Next up for the Twins, the former Seattle Mariner first baseman, Carlos Santana. Batting second, third baseman, Jose Miranda. And batting third, right fielder, Max Kepler. Let's go, M. We can get a few photos here for Megan real quick. Appreciate you. We got 42 people in the building. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We got 20 people on the YouTube side, 20 on the Twitter/X side, but we only have 13 likes. So we're 7 of y'all that are still on the YouTube side watching. If you could do your boy a solid and smash the like button, that'll get us through that 20 number, and that'll help with recommendations and getting more people here recommended to the channel. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Let's go, baby. 7 more to hit the goal within the first hour. We're at 13. Let's get those extra 7, baby. The people on Twitter/X, they don't got a like button, so we need to get all the support we can get from everyone on the YouTube side. Let's go. Appreciate you. Let's go, Logan. We're going to need a good day for you, baby. Lowest single season opponent average in Seattle Mariner history. Number 2 so far, minimum of 15 starts. Randy Johnson, number 1. Logan Gilbert, 2. Felix, 3. Randy, 4. Randy, 5. Nice job. Let's go, Logan. Nice defense by Ty France. Little flip to Gilbert, one away. What a play by Logan Gilbert. Hell yeah. Great defense there. Ty, I see you, my guy. Nice job. That would have been a hit 9 times out of 10. Way to go down to one knee, flip it to Gilbert for the out. Nice job. Carlos Santana, one away. Next up, third baseman, Jose Miranda. Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Megan. Top of the second, 0-0 Twins and Mariners. Logan Gilbert, 1-0 pitch to Miranda. Chopper up the middle. And no diving attempt by Polanco. Get him out of there. Shit effort there. He could have dove for that baseball and just looked at it. I don't like people that give up on plays like that. And I know he's going against his former team, but give me Ryan Bliss all day, any day over Polanco. Polanco better get some hits and home runs in this series to get himself back on track, man. Come on, Jorge. No, you're okay. Next up, Max Kepler. First pitch outside, 1-0 count, 245 average, 6 homers, and 28 ribbies for Mad Max. One 0 pitch. Chopper towards first foul. Let's go, baby. Go, Logan. I want Logan to have a fantastic start because, again, as long as the rotation stays the same, I should be able to see Gilbert when I go to the game. And I'm only going to get to go to 1 or 2 games a year. So let me take a look and a peek to see if it's still on that pace. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. Looks like it's potentially could be Suarez and Logan Gilbert on July 4th. Super excited about that. Going to be a long day of driving, but it'll be worth it. I mean, they haven't released any of that information yet. But again, if they were going to invite someone, it would only be Julio. That would be the only person that they would invite. The only other one that could do it would be probably Cal Raleigh. But again, he doesn't really get the proper respect, as far as one of the top 5 catchers in baseball. So batting average is a little low compared to like Salvador Perez and Adley Rutschman, so I understand that. But if you're talking about being a clutch hitter, switch hitter, leader, everything that he does for the Mariners and being the MVP this year, even over Julio, it's a big thing. Popped up, 2 away. Nice job, Julio. Good defense there. Next up for the Minnesota Twins, center fielder Manuel Margot. Top of the second, runner at first, 2 outs, 0-0 Twins and Mariners. Let's go. Rough road trip for us. And again, we're not a very good road team. We are one of the top 10 teams in baseball, but we can't hit. And we definitely need to make a couple moves before the trade deadline if we're serious of trying to make a deep run. It's one thing to be able to make the ALDS or win the division or make a wild card, but when you have a team that's good enough to possibly get to the ALCS or World Series, if they make some moves, I hope that they, make the right moves and they don't get cheap. But it wouldn't really shock me either way if they make a couple moves, for a big name player, a couple moves for some lower name guys, or if they make no moves at all and they're just cheap like they always are. So, but I would hope that they would understand that, the team is batting 200 to 220 like last year. That's not going to get it done. That's not going to get you to a World Series, let alone the ALCS. So hopefully they understand that you have to spend money to be able to make money. You got to be able to spend the big bucks on the big players, and then that'll not only get more interest for more fans, but it'll get us further, obviously, down the line that we're trying to go in the American League. I mean, the ultimate goal is to get to a World Series and win, not just to get to one. 3-1 count as Miranda steals second. Come on, Gilbert. 3-1 pitch. In there for a strike. There we go. 3-2 count. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Let's go. Got a Twitter/X account. Do your boy a solid and like and retweet the stream there. That'll get us some more people. And we got 25 people on the YouTube side, another 20 on the Twitter side. We only have 15 likes. There's 10 of y'all that haven't done that. If you could do your boy a solid, takes 1 second to like the stream, and that'll help us get to our main number, which is 30 to 50. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Happy Friday. 3-2 pitch from Gilbert. Popped up. Should be a routine play. Polanco is there. We leave one stranded. Nice job, Logan. Let's see who's up next here for the Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners here in the bottom of the second inning, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Batting second, playing left field, Dominic Canzone. And batting third, playing first base, already showing off his defensive prowess, Ty France. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. Addiction, depression, anxiety, these are things that a lot of people are going through right now or have in the past. So if you feel like you're slipping a little bit, make some minor adjustments to your daily routine. And if you don't have a daily routine, get one. Make sure that you're exercising a little bit more, maybe eating a little bit less fast food and eating a little bit healthier, listening to music, spending time with friends and pets, making sure you're taking a walk outside and getting that fresh air. You'd be really surprised if you change your diet, you exercise a little bit more, and you find positive things to occupy your spare time. You'd be really surprised that you'd be able to get out of the darkness a lot quicker, and then you can end up winning the day. Big facts. Let's go, baby. All right, baby. 2 more likes to get to 20. We're almost there. Let's go. We're at 18. Let's go, M's. Garver, the third. Throw to first. 1 away. That was a very quick out there for Mitch Garver. Next up, left fielder in the zone, Dominic Canzone. Dirty Dom. Let's go, baby. First pitch by Aubert. Right down the middle for a strike. Dom batting .227, 7 homers and 14 ribbies here in 2024. City Connect. So it's got kind of like a throwback look of a jersey and a batting helmet that we used to wear back like 70s, 80s, 90s style. And then obviously they made an adjustment to it to make it more kind of 2024 retro with the black pants with the yellow stripe. And I remember when they first debuted these, I wasn't really big on the pants, but I did like the batting helmet and the jersey a lot based off the colors because it reminded me of Ken Griffey Jr., of that kind of color scheme. But as we've seen some of the Fanatics jerseys being thin where they had the whites all see-through, I started to really like this uniform a lot more, obviously, because the black pants are not see-through and it's a little bit better quality of a uniform than some of the others. There goes Dominic Canzone, 2 away. We got City Connects on today. Next up for the Mariners, Ty France. But the jerseys that we are wearing are these ones right here. I like the color. Throw to first, to Ty France, got him. But I like the jersey and I like the helmet a lot. You know, they could have went for like an all blue look or blue and then white, but I don't know. The pants are starting to grow on me a little bit, you know, with the whole look because of the other uniforms being so shitty. So I kind of like them. Something different, something unique. End of the second inning, 0-0, Twins and Mariners. Let's take a look at the stat line here so far for the pitchers. All right, starting off with Bailey O'Bear. Let's see, 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, 3 Ks. Off to a very good start for Bailey. And let's take a quick look at Logan Gilbert. Logan Gilbert, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 0 Ks. That's all right. And the game is still 0-0, and hopefully Logan can have a very clean game. Even if he doesn't get 8, 9, 10 Ks, we found ways to be able to win with 4 to 7 Ks if there's a lot of pop-ups and ground-outs, even if you're not getting a lot of punch-outs. Let's go. Next up for the Minnesota Twins here in the top of the third. Pitching duel so far. Leading off for the Twins in the 9-hole, catcher Christian Vasquez. Batting second this inning in the 1-hole, second baseman Willie Castro. And batting third, shortstop Carlos Correa. Arguably their best player on the team. Let's go. Yeah, when you ended up getting the item, yeah, I definitely got a chance to see that. Very cool. Now let me. I don't have it on. I'd have to open up Instagram here real quick, but when we get to the next commercial break, yeah, we'll definitely throw that up there for you. Cal Raleigh is there and company. There we go. Ty France, 1 away. Vasquez pops up on the first pitch. We'll take that. 1 down. Next up, second baseman Willie Castro. Nice. Carlos Santana and Luis Castillo sharing a hug there. Pitches outside by Gilbert, 1-0 count. And Willie has been hot as of late, so we want to make sure we're taking advantage as much as possible. Odin with the like and the share. Appreciate you on the Twitter/X. Reflect in the building. What's good? How are you? Let's go. Feels good to be home, you know, back in Seattle. And again, we got a 3-game set with the Twins. I'll do all 3 games. Then we got 3 games against the Orioles. I'll do 2 streams, and I'll be at the July 4th game. And I'll be able to have some photos for y'all. Hopefully I'll get a foul ball or 2. You know, Cal Raleigh, Julio, Adley Rushman, Gunnar Henderson. Those are the 4 players I'm shooting for. Popped up. There we go. JP Crawford, 2 away. And then after that, we got the Toronto Blue Jays. So definitely excited to see what we can do here against the upper echelon of the talent in the American League. But we're going to have a better chance, you know, to win at home against anybody rather than going against all those teams that were mediocre or bad on the road. Next up, Carlos Correa. The Bluebirds come out for him. Maybe not as responsible as Jose Altuve for the cheating, but even though he's not on the Astros anymore, he still gets maybe 25% of the crowd to boo anywhere he goes. You know, and I think like Jose Altuve usually gets like 75 to 100% people in the stadium booing anywhere he goes in any stadium across the nation. Even though it's been a few years since the cheating, you know, fans don't forget. Big facts. 1-0 pitch from Gilbert to Correa. Pitch on the corner for a strike. 1-1 count. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Friday. Glad to see you in the building, Reflect. Hopefully that you've been doing well. And I've never got a chance to see Logan Gilbert pitch. My best friend Justin did in Logan's rookie year. So it's been a minute, and I'm very excited because, like I said, I've seen a few, different pitchers. Obviously not Brian Wu yet because he's just so new to the team. But to be able to get the Logan Gilbert on the 4th of July, as long as everything stays the same, in this particular start going into next Thursday, hopefully it stays that way because I would rather see Logan Gilbert than anybody else. No disrespect to Castillo. I'd probably want to see George Kirby second, but, obviously no disrespect to Castillo or Miller or Emerson Hancock since Brian Wu is injured, but I would say probably Gilbert and Kirby would be my top two that I would want to see. So that one fouled off out of play. Maybe that's where I'll be sitting right there, about 10, 15 rows back, right off first base. 2-2 count to Carlos Correa, who ended up getting blasted on the wrist, had an MRI done, came up clean, and decided to play today, which he definitely could have just said, fuck it, no, I'm not playing. But I think they understand how important it is for him to play to try to win this series. Big swing and a miss, got him. Not today, Carlos. There we go. And I put him on the thumb for good reason. Let's go, baby. Nice punch out there by Logan Gilbert. And we're not going to probably get too many punch outs, but again, you can still get 4 to 7 instead of the 8 to 10 that we like. But again, it's a pitching league. It's a lot, I guess where teams going against the Mariners, they can get 10, 11, 12, 13 Ks. But when the Mariners go against other teams, even with our elite pitching, it's tough. We haven't had too many guys get double-digit strikeouts in a game. But as long as we're winning and we get 4 to 7, that's still okay. 8 to 10 is ideal, right? And anything above 10 is like a miracle, right? And we're going to be bowing down to that pitcher that gets 11, 12, 13 because we know it's only going to happen probably for that pitcher once or twice a year. But 4 to 7 Ks and with a lot of pop-ups and a lot of ground outs, we'll take that, okay? Just as long as the walks are at a bare minimum and we're not hitting a lot of pitchers, hit by pitches, and we're not hitting batters, and we're keeping it clean out there. Let's go to the bottom of the third, 0-0, Twins and Mariners. Only 2 hits for Minnesota, and then the 1 hit by Julio, but then he got called out at first, sliding back into first base on a questionable call. It got reviewed, and then they threw Julio out. And that's kind of shitty, though, because Julio was such on a drought and struggling. It was just nice to be able to see him get a hit, obviously at his first at-bat to regain the confidence. And then just as he got the confidence at first base, maybe leaning a little bit towards second too much, went back to first and then got called out on the throw. And then all Uncle Mo momentum that Julio had disappeared. But hopefully, it won't, affect his mentals, and hopefully he can get back on track with it and end up having like a 3-hit day today. That's what I'm hoping for. Like a nice 3 for 5 day if he has 5 at-bats. And if he only has 4, 2 for 4 would be fine. What's good, brother? Yeah, and this is going to be tough. The Twins, I could see us getting swept by the Twins and the Orioles. So, we have to play really well against these next 2 teams. Hell, even the Blue Jays, even though they're not the same type of team as they were a couple years ago, depending on what they do, we could end up dropping some games there. Hell, we had a hard time against the White Sox, the Miami Marlins, and the Tampa Bay Rays. So that tells you, everything you need to know about Seattle. We're on the road. We're not the same as we are at home. Big fact. Reflect with a 3-er. Appreciate you. Thank you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little Cactus Jack, bang, bang. We're at 8, 92 to go. Appreciate you. Next up is Mitch Haniger. I still think Bliss should be playing over Polanco, but again, it is what it is. And unfortunately, Mitch Haniger, for his on-base percentage, is one of the lowest in Major League Baseball for qualified players. So unless Mitch Haniger can get hot at home, you would think that that's going to be the piece that they're going to upgrade at the deadline the most. I mean, they'll take an infielder, if they want to go that particular route. If they want to take someone at third base or second base or shortstop, fine, or first base would actually make more sense if you want to upgrade Ty France. And they're still looking at Tyler Locklear in AAA at the Tacoma Rainiers. But, I mean, it's pretty clear. First base would be somewhere to look at. Right field would be somewhere to look at. And then also left field. But who knows what the Mariners will do, as well as bullpen guys we need as well. Haniger fouls that one off. 3-2 count. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. If you got a Twitter/X account, do your boy a solid and like and retweet the stream there. We got 50 people watching. Appreciate you. Big swing and a miss. Got him. There goes Hanny. All right, we're at 22 likes. So we did hit the goal within the first hour. Great job by the Fanatic family. I love you guys. We got 25 people in the room, so 3 of y'all haven't smashed it yet, but 22 have. So we got to take the good with the, I don't want to say the good with the bad, but those other individuals will probably smash it at some point before the stream is up. And again, 8 more to get to 30, and we want to get from 30 to 50. That's going to be the magic number. And if this game is close, like I think it will be in the 8th, 9th inning, right, 7th, 8th, and 9th, then we'll go from 50 people in the room to 75 to 100. Next up is Hollywood and Josh Rojas. Let's go Hollywood. Come on, baby. Bottom of the third, 0-0 Twins and Mariners. 1-1 pitch from Ober to Hollywood Rojas. Pitches high and inside. 2-1 count. Come on, Josh. You're my boy. You're my boy, Blue. Get back to that hot streak that you had when you were in the 9-hole, when you were batting 300 to 350. Let's go. Be electric, baby. And the Twins are in second place, just a few games behind the Guardians and 1 game ahead of the Royals. So, the Twins were in third place for a good chunk of the year, but the Royals dipped a little bit, and the Twins have no problem of taking advantage, And if you're looking at the Twins, they might be kind of like the Seattle Mariners from last year that was maybe like in third place, but can every once in a while creep up into second. Rojas popped up to left field. 3 up and 3 down. Let's go to the top of the 4th, and we're still knotted up here at 0. See who's up next for the Minnesota Twins. Anything you want to see specifically reflect? Throwback photo, Edgar, Randy, Griffey, Ichiro, anything that you want, you let me know. I got you. Or it could be a current player, whatever you want. Next up for the Twins, 0 for 1, left fielder, Trevor Lorna. Batting second, DHing tonight for Minnesota, Royce Lewis. And batting third, the former Seattle Mariner first baseman, Carlos Santana. And we're really going to have to keep our eye on both Carloses, Correa and Santana, because I know they're going to do some damage against us at some point in this series. It may not be today, but you bet your ass they are going to do something at some point, either later in this game or in game number 2 or 3. Big facts. And I will be live tomorrow. The game is on at 7 o'clock Pacific on Saturday night. And then on the rubber match on Sunday, the game is on at 1 p.m. Pacific. Let's go. That's a good one. I always like the throwback names. So when I think of Omar Vizquel, the first name I think of with Omar is John Olerud. The former Blue Jay and Mariner. They kind of go hand in hand back in that era. So, and then I also think of like Tino Martinez for whatever reason, before the whole Yankee thing. So Omar's a good one. What could have been if Omar would have been able to stay on the Mariners? But again, sometimes, players will be better after they leave Seattle because maybe we just didn't really have the coaching and the manager and the team for those players to succeed at that particular time. Go, Logan. 0-2 count on Larnock. Let's go, baby. Pitch is low and into the dirt. Good save by Cal Raleigh. And a lot of the Omar Vizquel stuff isn't going to fit the screen because it's just rando stuff, and he's like a kind of a, obscure player. But I got a couple here. We got a photo of him batting, right? And then I got his upper deck card from '91. Woo! Let's go. Good shit, man. We're at 8:92 to go. We're in the top of the fourth. Logan Gilbert on the mound. Larnock in the box. 2-2 pitch. Chopper. There we go. Ty France. Flip to Logan Gilbert again. There we go. Then I got to hit you with the Mother's Cookies Omar Vizquel card. Back in the day, they had like Blazer cards through Fran's Bread. They had Seahawk cards through Oro Wheat that I would collect, even though I didn't really like the Oro Wheat, but I liked the cards that came in it. And then they always had the Mother's Cookies cards that they ended up typically doing for baseball players. And I love those. And they did them for a few years. So we got the Omar photo of him swinging. We got the 91 Upper Deck, classic design for 89, 90, and 91 Upper Deck. Love it. And then we got the Mother's Cookies edition. Let's go, baby. Love it. The good old days. 1-1 count to Royce Lewis. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Top of the fourth, 0-0 Twins and Mariners. 1-2 pitch from Gilbert to Lewis into the dirt. 2-2 count. Pitch is inside. 3-2 count. Well, I'm not Latino, so nice try. Three-two pitch. Chopper. France again. Little flip to Gilbert. Great defense there. 2 away. Next up, first baseman Carlos Santana. Big swing and a miss, 0-1 count. Santana 0 for 1 with a ground out in the second. 253 average, 12 homers, and 39 ribbies in 2024. 0-1 pitch. Pitch on the corner, but called ball. 1-1 count. We're at 23 likes. We need 7 more to get to 30. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Let's go. 1-1 pitch from Gilbert to Santana. Crushes it. Wow! Line drive by Polanco. Wow. The defense has been crazy today. Carlos Santana should be 2 for 2, but Ty France and Jorge Polanco come up big. Wow. Nice job. Nice job to make yourself at least like somewhat reliable on the defensive side today. Nice job, Polanco. We don't say that often in Seattle. Let's see who's up next here for the Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners here in the bottom of the fourth, 0 for 1 with a K. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Trident's up, baby. Bring that electricity. Let's go. Batting second, 1 for 1, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. No fly zone, J-Rod squad. Stand up, baby. Let's go. Trident's up. And batting third, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Let's go, baby. You definitely have been the MVP so far this season with Logan Gilbert and Andres Munoz. Let's go, Cal. If I can find some more Mother's Cookies, old school photos for you while we're waiting. All right, so we got that Omar. We got the 91 Upper Deck. We got the Mother's Cookies. And then we got another Mother's Cookies edition, I think 93. This one is styled a little bit better than the last one. Boom, with the name there at the top. Whoop! Let's go. Stud, baby. Hope you appreciated those. I always like the obscure names. But I would say probably Omar Vizquel and John Olerud were like two of the like favorites for not like being huge names. Omar Vizquel became a big name on the Indians after he left us. But at the time when he was there was like promise, and we knew he was going to be good, but I don't think anyone knew he was going to be that good. Same thing with like Adam Jones. We knew he was good, but I don't think we knew he was going to be that good after he left our team. But I always enjoyed Omar as well as John Olerud, for the Mariners, even if it was only for a brief amount of time. Obviously in the late 80s, early 90s. Bottom of the fourth, 0-0 Twins and Mariners. Next up is J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. Pitch is high, 3-1 count. Let's go, baby. Great two-way players that we have so far. We're seeing a little bit out of JP, a little bit out of Rojas, and big plays out of France and Polanco that robbed Carlos for 2 base hits. Pretty wild. Could have definitely had a 3 for 4 or 4 for 4 day, Carlos Santana. And Bailey's been pitching good so far. 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Much better than Gilbert at this point. Pitches inside, but he just drew a walk to J.P. Crawford. There we go. I like that. But I kind of felt it was going to be a little difficult. Bailey's a good pitcher. 7-4 record, ERA of 4.50. Of course, you'd want your guys that have a record like that to be in the 3s, not closer to the 5s, but still. Really good pitcher, and again, it's going to be tough. And again, we have a 0-0 game here in the 4th, and it might be 0-0 all the way to the 6th, unless one of our teams gets on a little bit of a streak here. Let's go, Julio. Keep the hot streak going here at home. Let's go, J-Rod. 254 average, 7 homers, 29 ribbies. Had a terrible road trip, and let's hope he can get back on the schneid. Big swing and a miss, 0-2 count. Scott in the building, what's good? He said, let's go Twins. GG, man. Twins are very good this year, and they're definitely one of the playoff teams in the American League. Orioles, Yankees, Mariners, Guardians, Twins, and Royals. Check swing. Did he go? Terrible at bat by Julio. Come on, J-Rod. Next up, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Pitch on the corner for a strike, even though that looked like it was off the plate, which it was. Shout out to Odin, Elliot, Matt, and Megan for helping on Twitter/X side. Appreciate you. 0-1 pitch. Cal popped up a mile towards the warning track in right field, 2 away. Next up for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 4th. Runner at first with 2 outs. DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. An unexpected home run right here would be great. Out of someone that you don't really think that's going to do it ever. And then whenever he does, it ends up really sparking the team. Sometimes we just need that first person to, get that first big hit for us, whether it's a home run or an RBI, to kind of keep things moving. Yeah, and again, I got a little connection to the Twins too, because obviously, like we were talking before, when the Portland Beavers existed here in Oregon, the AAA affiliate for the Twins, when they were World Series great, in the late 80s, early 90s, that's when I would go to games, and I ended up getting a couple foul balls. I got batting gloves, when I snuck down to the front row, watch Bernardo Brito, Chip Hale, Harry Jorgensen, and many others. And some of those guys ended up, staying up with the Twins for a little bit, but they didn't really have anybody on that AAA roster that made it like long term, really. A few guys made it for a few seasons, but I had so much fun, watching, those GOATs. And every once in a while, you would see a pretty decent player from Minnesota get sent down for just a couple weeks in that AAA program there in Portland and then go back up, which was always nice to see. So I always have a little connection with the Twins as well, obviously being the affiliate, of the Portland Beavers, which doesn't even exist here in Oregon anymore. So a lot of that Portland Beaver memorabilia is very collectible. It was Portland Beavers for a long time. Then they made it to the Portland Rockies, which was stupid. Then they went back to the Portland Beavers in a rebranding, but it was never the same as it was in the 80s and 90s. That's when it was like the best. 3-1 pitch. Pitch is outside. Wow, boo. Way off the plate. How is that not ball 4? Are you kidding me? This ump is terrible. We better get the next pitch to be a makeup call, and it might as well just be a walk. There it is. Jesus Christ. This guy's strike zone is like a foot off the plate in every direction. And he's been giving Uber a lot of leeway compared to Logan Gilbert. But we'll take the walk. Karma is real. There we go. We got runners at first and second, and we are a very good team with 2 outs. Next up, left fielder, Dominic Canzone. Let's go, baby. Okay, you sent me something just now or you did in the past? Sometimes Twitter/X is weird. Like on my phone, I might be different from you guys that have it on the computer, but I usually use the Twitter/X mostly on my cell phone when I'm going through my apps. Dom, back, and that one's traveling foul. Nice souvenir for a fan, about 20 rows up. But I've noticed that sometimes the stuff doesn't load. on there, like the messages or the feed. And then I have to turn my phone off completely and reboot it, and then it'll work. But I'm not sure if you guys have that issue as well. But it hasn't been like that all the time. But I noticed from time to time it sometimes happens. 0-2 pitch. Pitch is inside from Bailey Obed to Dominic Canzone. 1-2 count. I don't got a real big opinion about Royce. When we ended up having the Twins versus the Mariners earlier in the year in Minnesota, I don't remember him playing that much in those series at that particular time. So I don't really have any positive or negative feedback with him. Now, after this series is over, I'll have a little bit more feedback on Royce. But at this point, I think it might be the first time that I've seen him this year. I don't think he played against Seattle when you guys were at home in Minnesota, when you guys beat the brakes off us. So I'm pretty sure he didn't play at all in that series. Or if he did, he might have come in for like a pinch hit at one point or another. But I don't remember him playing at all in that 3 or 4 game set earlier in the year. So I wouldn't be able to give you any type of a breakdown or analysis on that particular player. 2-2 pitch, Canzone. But I do know Minnesota is a playoff team, and they're very, very good. And I could see us getting swept by you guys. And that's just me being honest. I think that the Royals, the Twins, and the Guardians are uber underrated. And of course, the Orioles and the Yankees are going to get all the love. Everyone knows the Mariners have good pitching, but they know that we suck at hitting. And I think that everyone's taking for granted in the Central. The Guardians, the Royals, the Twins, people don't give them enough love and support, thinking that they can't make it all the way. Why not? Popped up into center field. We leave 2 stranded. Good defense there by Minnesota. End of the 4th inning, 0-0, Seattle and Minnesota. See if we can pull up Megan's collectible. She's been getting some really cool signed memorabilia, through the Pops and through Call of Duty, whether it be Darth Maul or through Call of Duty, or little Stefan, little Pac. I like it. I like it. Colossus, Stefan, Call of Duty, boom, Darth Maul, Park, looking good. I like it. Fuck no. No, they're sellers, bro. They're not gonna make it. Fuck no. You got Braves, Dodgers, Phillies, Brewers, and then Padres will probably end up making it, and then you'll have one team in the Central. I don't know if it's going to be the Cardinals or someone else, but there'll be a team like the Cardinals, if they can stay hot and healthy after the All-Star break, that will compete with the Padres for like one of those last spots. But I definitely do not think that the Mets are going to make it. I would assume that Pete Alonso and maybe a couple other players will get moved, and who knows, maybe Pete Alonso will be a new Seattle Mariner. I mean, we do need help at first base, with hitting. Obviously, defensively, Alonso's not that good of a defensive first baseman, but as far as his bat is concerned, it'll be better than Ty Francis and Tyler Locklear's, at least at this point. So, fucking terrible. You can have him back. Terrible. Again, it was batting like 150. Then he got hurt for about a month and a half. He's a liability at defense. And Ryan Bliss, already, a guy that we brought up from AAA in about 2 weeks, did more in a 2-week period than Polanco did all season. So most Mariner fans, we wouldn't mind sending him back to Minnesota. You can have him for a bag of chips if you want. But it is, whatever. If he does good, great. But we feel that we got, probably the raw end of that deal. He was a much better player for you guys than this team. So, Garver's been a failure. Polanco's been a failure. But we've had some, successes, though. Luke Raley, to Tampa Bay for Jose Caballero. That was an A-plus trade. And then also the Ryan Bliss, Dominic Canzone, Josh Rojas for Paul Sewald to the Diamondbacks. That was an A-plus trade. But for bringing in Polanco and Garv, I would probably give both, grades right now. I would give probably Polanco a D, and then maybe Garv a C. Because at least Garv has hit a few home runs and made some big plays. Polanco hasn't made any big plays all year. Occasionally a good defensive play, but I think a lot of us would rather go with the young guy, with Ryan Bliss, and even if he makes mistakes, we're okay with that, than, paying for a guy to come in from another team. And again, sometimes when a player plays well for one team doesn't mean they're going to play good for the new team. And that's exactly what we got out of Polanco and Garv. They're not what we thought we were getting. We signed up for, better quality, and at least at this point so far, it's been a little bit of a failure with both guys. But at least we have a lot of guys in the farm system. So we have the number 2 farm system in baseball. So if we end up calling up guys to replace, Garv or Polanco, we're not hurting. We're not hurting at second base or really DH. We have plenty of guys that we can put there. Now, we could use someone better than Garv at DH, but he's our backup catcher now, too. 2 away. But we'll see where it goes. I mean, hopefully for Polanco's sake, he gets better. But I know with me and a lot of us, we are ready for him to go to the bench. Like, I wouldn't even mind putting Polanco in AAA. That's how bad he is. And again, you normally aren't going to do that for a guy that you pay big money for, like him and Garv. But Garv had that World Series experience for the Rangers, and Polanco was good for you guys. But again, for the Mariners, it just doesn't really seem like a very good fit. And I would rather go for a young guy that has potential than with a guy that is a vet that already, been there, done that. And hopefully he'll get better defensively, and he won't be a liability. He made one good defensive play so far tonight, so that's good for Polanco. And hopefully his bat will heat up. But I'm going to be honest, I have zero faith in him. I would go, if I had a choice between Ryan Bliss and Polanco the rest of the year, I would throw Polanco into either the bench, as like a rotational player at DH with Garver, or I would send him down to AAA so we could bring guys up like Tyler Locklear and give him more of a chance. And I know that's kind of harsh, but, I think that he's one of the worst players on the Mariners, to be honest. And we have a lot of players that have potential that aren't playing well. I mean, no one can hit for the Mariners. It's not just Polanco. Everyone can't hit. Like, we don't have anybody batting 300. But again, if you guys want them for a bag of Doritos, we'll send the Doritos our way. We'll give them back to you. We don't need them. And honestly, he'd probably play better for you guys anyways if he went back. Manuel Margot, nice hit to left field. Should be a stand-up double for Manuel. Chris in the building, what's good? Mike in the building, what's good? Nice hit there by Margot. Next up, catcher Christian Vasquez. But there's quite a few positions that need to be fixed. You have the DH with Garv, second base with Polanco. Bliss is better. Haniger has been playing bad. He needs to be replaced in right field. And again, if they were smart and they made Luke Raley the everyday left fielder and they made Hollywood Josh Rojas the everyday third baseman, then we wouldn't have these platoon guys. And I want Demo to play, but again, he's been kind of falling off a little bit as well. Dominic Canzone hasn't been consistent. So we have guys that we like also, but that haven't really been, doing well. And again, I've been watching this team since '85. So when I criticize players, I have to keep it real. If they're playing good for us, they're going to be acknowledged and praised. If they're not playing good, I'm going to chew them out. To act like Julio's been playing good for us, he hasn't. He doesn't have the power anymore. He's not hitting the home runs. Now, he's still a pretty good defensive player, but I feel like the lack of base hits and home runs has carried over into his confidence defending in the outfield. Robbing home runs, still 10 out of 10, but I think with ground balls for Julio, he's gone down to like a 7. He's made a few errors from the outfield with ground balls where he hasn't been able to get the ball quick enough or he bobbled it. Normally he would never do that. And then his base running has been bad too. He used to be a 10 out of 10 with stealing bases, never getting caught out from the pitcher. Now it seems like he gets, thrown out more times than not. So I feel that every single thing is affecting Julio and his confidence and his aura and his vibe. And hopefully he'll still rob home runs, still good there, but we need him to be better at ground balls, better at running the bags, better at not cheating the second base and getting thrown out at first like earlier today, and just being, confident and having fun. Instead of putting all this pressure that you have to get 30 home runs and 30 stolen bags every year, just have fun and be the Julio that we had when you first came in as a rookie. smiling all the time, having fun, and just letting the game come to you instead of pressing, so hard on yourself and listening to the media and everyone else that, you're playing like shit, Again, you're not going to be the next Ken Griffey Jr. You have to be the first Julio Rodriguez. Stop putting that extra pressure on yourself, and hopefully at some point that he will. Popped up by Vasquez. JP and company is there. Low-scoring game, and again, it's going to be a pitching duel from Aubert and Gilbert, and then in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, it's going to be a sprint, and hopefully we'll get the win 2-1 or 3-2. That's the way that we're pacing so far today. Let's go. Here's Matt's obsession. It used to be the Oregon Ducks, right, and the Denver Broncos, but not anymore. Now it's just this. These are the photos that Matt sends me. Is this where it's at? We need football season to come around, man. Because if these are the photos that you are sending me, bro, we got to get you back on that Oregon Duck trip, and we got to get you back on the Denver Bronco tip. My goodness. This is what's consuming your life right now. Oh, Matt. You are hilarious, bro. Looking right now to see what it is. A great matchup here today, obviously, with both of our pitchers here. All right, tomorrow it's Lopez versus Miller. So Lopez is 7-6, ERA of 5.11. Bryce is 6-6 with an ERA of 3.90. And I could definitely see us losing that game. Bryce is our number 5 pitcher, number 4 or number 5. I guess if Emerson Hancock gets called up, so he's probably our number 4. But he's pitching like our number 5, and that's not good. So Bryce has not been good as of late. So hopefully he'll pitch well, but that one could definitely go either way tomorrow. But it's an even matchup based off the win-loss record and the ERA. So I would assume that if you're looking for a game that might be 5-4 tomorrow, that would be the score that you might be able to get. Today, it might end up being 2-1 or 3-2. Very low scoring unless we have an explosion inning in the 7th, 8th, or 9th. But this one seems like the low-scoring game tomorrow, high-scoring game, and then game number 3. I'll take a look at that in a moment. Next up is Ty France. Let's go, Ty. First pitch is chopped. Foul, 0-1 count. 233 average, 8 homers, and 29 ribbies. Another chopper towards third. Just finished watching The Bear that came out on Thursday. Finished it all in one night. Bridgerton, finished that. Doing iZombie right now, and then I got a few other shows that I got to get into. But yeah, if you are a fan of The Bear, I highly recommend watching season 3. It's very good. I like it. Like I said, I've been a Duck fan since the 80s. So again, I'm not one of the bandwagon people. I feel that we've come a long ways. We still got a ways to go, but I think that, the Ducks, Texas and Georgia and Ohio State, those will be the 4 best teams in college football, for a majority of the year. And we'll see if we end up winning the Big Ten in our very first year over Ohio State and Michigan, or if we're going to have to wait till year 2 or 3. But most people think that Oregon is going to win it or get second to Ohio State. So, if you look at the schedule, Oregon should win almost every single game. And really the main one on the calendar that's going to be circled is Ohio State coming to Eugene. And that might be the deciding factor on who ends up going, 10-1, 11-1, or 10-2. So, but our recruiting is good. We got a great head coach. And again, at this point with Harbaugh and Saban gone from Michigan and Bama, it's all about Sarkisian, Lanning, Kirby Smart, right, and Ryan Day. And if you got the 4 best coaches in college football are 4 of the best coaches. They're going to recruit the most. And then if you have recruiting and a good head coach, you're going to be able to get guys that, whether they get the NIL money or not, they might come over to the squad. So we like our chances to be able to go far. And this isn't just me or Matt. If you go and you look at the players, where we are recruiting wise, how many players we're bringing back, how many transfers already came into Oregon. Like, we are one of the deepest teams in college football. Like, the only teams that might be deeper than us, right, are Ohio State and Georgia. That's it. And they're like on the same level as us, except some of their guys might be a little bit higher, on the draft scale, depending on what position we're talking about. But we have many skill position players, and a lot of our position groups are ranked in the top 10 out of over 100 Division I teams. And Oregon normally isn't that good, so it's nice to be able to see us up there, with some of these teams. So pretty much Texas and Oregon took, Alabama and Michigan's spot. Even though Bama and Michigan are still going to be good, but they're going to go down a peg where they may lose like 2 games instead of like 1 or none. And then Oregon and Texas are going to have a chance to go undefeated or lose 1 game, possibly 2, and be a little bit higher since Harbaugh and Saban are gone, which makes sense. They had to make room for 2 teams to take their spot, and it just so happens it's Oregon and Texas, at least for today. And then we'll see how the season goes along, and hopefully, we can compete. But Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, those should be the 4 teams that a lot of people are going to keep their eyes on. Bottom of the 5th, 0-0 Twins and Mariners. 2-2 pitch to Mitch Haniger. Pitch is low to the knees, 3-2 count. And Haniger actually started off the year decent, but he's definitely been on a huge slide. And I hope the best for him. But again, we did the whole Robbie Ray thing. We tried to kind of traded one contract for another to get rid of Robbie Ray's contract. But at this point of the year, we would probably think, man, if we could have Robbie Ray, and to see what he could do, and just because of all the injuries that we've had, he would be more of a valuable piece right now, probably than Mitch Haniger, because Haniger is rated so low out of qualifying players in the outfield. And again, he wasn't this bad a few months ago. He was like still like average, but within the last month and a half, 2 months, he's drastically went down, and hopefully he'll find a way to get back to where he was. Haniger with the walk, we'll take that. Next up, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. Yeah, baby! Go, baby, go! Hanny, run! Haniger, run! Run, Hanny, run! Yes, wild throw to home, and he would have been out by a mile. 1-0, Mariners, Hollywood, Josh Rojas coming up big from the 9-hole. Stand-up double RBI, Haniger, baby. And again, he would have been out by like a mile, by like 5 steps if that throw was not wild to home. Thank God. There we go. Nice job, Hollywood. Yes, sir. Let's go. 1-0, Seattle, baby. There we go, Rojas. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, baby. Let's go. Pretty wild, and not in my wildest dreams that we would be able to be like that good up there with like Georgia and Ohio State. But again, if Dan Lanning would have left, then all that goes out down the drain. All the promises to all those kids, all the NIL stuff. It's like, yeah, we got the money, and we got the uniforms and the helmets and the gloves, and I get that. That part of it, the swag is cool. But if you don't have someone that's going to give you stability, everyone will dip. And unfortunately, there's no loyalty in college football or the NFL. Popped up, and there goes The end of the 5th inning, but the damage is done, and thank God for Hollywood Josh Rojas, baby. Him in the 9-hole might be the spark that we need. Before Hollywood Rojas, after Hollywood Rojas. Let's go. Joe Dirt approved, baby. Let's get it. Nice job, Hollywood. Yeah, baby. 1-0 Seattle. Let's see who's up next for the Minnesota Twins. We needed that. Anything against Ober. Next up for the Twins, 0 for 2, second baseman Willie Castro. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a K, shortstop Carlos Correa. And batting third, 0 for 2, left fielder Trevor Larnach. Let's go, Mariners. All right, we got 50 people watching. 27, 28 on the YouTube side, and then another 22 on the Twitter/X side. We need one more like to get to 30. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We're one away from the goal at 30. And again, we want to try to hit 30 to 50 on every single stream. We're at 29 right now. Nice job. Good job, you guys. Let's go, baby. End of the 5th. 1-0 Mariners. Let's go, Hollywood. Nice job. Let's go, baby. Like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you're taking care of your mental health. Addiction, depression, anxiety, these are things that a lot of us are going through on the daily or have in the past. So if you're slipping a little bit into the darkness, make some minor adjustments to your daily routine, your diet and your exercise. If you're not, if you're eating healthy all the time, this doesn't apply to you. But if you're eating fast food and not exercising at all, if you make that minor adjustment on cutting back on the fast food and actually going for a walk once in a while, you'll be really surprised at what it'll do for your mental health. Just like listening to music, it really does help, and it'll help you get out of the darkness and win the day. Big facts. Let's go, Logan. Keep it going, baby. Pitch is outside for a strike. 0-1 count. Looks like the strike zone has been expanded here for both pitchers, Ober as well as Logan Gilbert. Good day in the building. What's good? Big swing and a miss. 0-2 count. You never bring the stream down, but if you're not feeling well and you want to dip, it's completely fine. Totally up to you. But again, you don't have to chat if you're in the room. You can just listen. It's totally up to you, however you want to do it. If you got other video games to play or streams to go to, be my guest. Or if you just want to be able to rest your head, totally get it. But again, don't ever feel obligated to comment. You can always just watch. Do whatever you feel is best for your mental health. Castro got hit by a pitch there on the leg. Goes to first. Logan doesn't hit batters that often. Next up, shortstop Carlos Correa. (46-37). First place in the American League West, 27-12 at home. But out of all the top 10 teams in baseball, we're probably number 10. And we can't hit very well. But again, I still like our chances to make a nice run this year. Right? Yankees, Orioles, Mariners, Guardians, Twins, Royals, Braves, Dodgers, Phillies, Brewers, Padres. Those are the best teams in baseball right now. And then maybe even the Cardinals and a few others there in the Central with an honorable mention. That one fouled off. Towards third base, 1-1 count. Twins offense ranks in June. Number 2, number 2, number 2, number 3, number 2. Runs 2, average 2, OBP 2, slugging 3, K rate 2. So Twins offense is something that I hope one day the Mariners offense could be. Categories in the top 3. Not being one of the worst. Pitches inside. 2-1 count. Yeah. I think a majority of the people in this room have anxiety and depression either now or have had in the past. And then some also have addiction problems on top of that too. Back. Go on! And what did I say at the beginning of the game? I always have a feeling when certain guys are going to end up doing something magical, right? And I put guys on the thumb that I think that are going to have a big game. Carlos Correa on the thumb. We'll see about Julio. And there it is, the home run by Carlos Correa. He'll take the booze. 2-1 Minnesota. Next up, left fielder Trevor Larnach. And like I mentioned, I told you all in the beginning of the game, Carlos Correa, Carlos Santana. The two Carloses are going to be the ones that do the damage to the Mariners either today, tomorrow, or on game number 3. And unfortunately, Logan Gilbert gives up the 2-run jack. Could have been worse. It could have been a grand slam or a 3-run jack, but not ideal. But again, Carlos Correa is their best player. So for him to come up big like that does not surprise me one bit. You expect him to do that every game. The damn good player. Next up, left fielder Trevor Larnach. Just wish it wasn't against Logan Gilbert. Anybody but him. Yeah, I mean, if you got a migraine, if you have to dip, do what's best for you. You know you the best. Little chopper, Polanco, the Ty France, one away. Well, at least Polanco's been playing some pretty good defense today. And he was playing at the beginning of the year with a 150 batting average with JP at 1, Polanco at 2, and Julio at 3, and they were all batting 150. Polanco was a defensive liability, and he was dropping a lot of plays and dropping balls, making errors. At least he's been sharp today. Good job, Jorge. We're at 8, 92 to go. Next up for the Twins, DHing for Minnesota, Royce Lewis. Oh, 0-2 count to Royce. Let's go, baby. I hope you feel better. Pitch is low and outside. 1-2 count. Come on, Logan. Focus after that home run. You got this, bud. Stetson's finest. Let's go. It just sucks when you can't hit as a team. So when like a team like Minnesota has a home run, solo shot, or a 2-run homer, it actually feels like we're down 4-1 right now, not 2. It's like you multiply whatever happens to us times 2, and that's what really it feels like. Because when you can't get hits or home runs on a regular basis, those leads feel like more than they are. Even though I know the score is 2-1, but it feels like 4-1 to Mariner fans. And hopefully we can find a way to tie this up. Two pitch to Lewis. Got him, baby. All right, we're at 30 likes. Nice job. 10 more to get to 40, 20 more to get to 50. Now we're at 31. 9 more to go to hit 40. Let's go. 3-2 pitch. Nice punch out there by Logan Gilbert, baby. Only second punch out for Logan Gilbert, which is a little odd. But again, Minnesota is a great hitting team. What can you do? Even against our number 1 pitcher overall, sometimes it's going to be a battle. Nice job, Logan. Next up, the other Carlos we have to keep an eye on, Carlos Santana. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a line out, but if it wasn't good defense by France and Polanco, he'd easily be 2 for 2, and he'd probably be pacing for a 3 for 4 or 4 for 4 kind of day. 252 average, 12 homers, and 39 ribbies by the former Mariner. Pitch is outside, 2-0 count to Carlos Santana. As long as we minimize the damage out of Carlos Santana and Carlos Correa, we'll be all right. Those are going to be the guys that do the most damage besides Willie Castro. Sauce is warming up. 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss on Carlos Santana. 2-1 count. Two-one pitch. Pop foul behind the plate. 2-2 count. 91 pitches for Logan Gilbert, so this is definitely his last inning. And again, 2 Ks, not ideal, and he gave up that 2-run blast, but it's not like he played bad. It's just the Mariners need to score more runs and get more hits, so that way this doesn't feel like a 4-1 deficit, even though it's only 2-1. There we go. Nice punch out by Logan Gilbert, getting his 3rd K of the night. I wanted to get 4 to 7 Ks. He only got 3, but again, pretty good day for him, even though he gave up that 1 bad pitch. Nice job, Logan. Wish he didn't give up that 2-run home run, but I mean, it happens. Hell, if you pitch 6 innings, sometimes you're going to give up 1 home run. Some guys give up 3 or 4. So unfortunate that it was a 2-run blast, but if you're just tuning in the bottom of the 5th, Rojas doubled to right. Haniger scored 1-0 Mariners. And then right out of the gates after that, Carlos Correa homered to left center in the top of the 6th with Castro on board to give him the 2-1 lead. Final score in this might be 3-2 or 4-3. Let's go Mariners. Next up for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th. Next up for Seattle, 1 for 2 with a K, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, baby. We need you, Julio. Trident's up. Let's go. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And we know how good of a hitter you are in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. Let's go, Cal. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a base on ball, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Let's go Mariners. We need some electricity in the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Let's go. That's a good question. I don't know enough about both fighters to give you an answer, to be honest. I'm not like other channels that will just lie on every question, so. Now, will I be watching? Yeah, more than likely. But with boxing and UFC, it can go either way. JP Crawford, City Connect bobblehead night. And it has a trident with the figure, too. I don't own any JP Crawford memorabilia, but I might have to pick that up. So definitely will be some fan that will want to get rid of it for like $20-$30. So that doesn't care about it. Chopper. Throw to first. There goes Julio, 1 away. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Cal fouls that one back, 1-1 count. One pitch from Oberg to Raleigh. Fouls that one towards first base. 1-2 count. Come on, Cal. One-two pitch. Raleigh crushes that one. Foul. Ooh, grab that. Nice souvenir by that fan right there. That's what I hope to be. I'm going to be right there on the aisle, right at the end, And hopefully Cal will do the same thing when I'm there at the game, where he fouls that one off towards first base, and then I can just jump up and grab it. Pitch is high. 2-2 count to Cal Raleigh. Hockey from home. What's good, brother? Let's go, baby. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is inside. 3-2 count. Yeah, well, realistically, the Mariners are going to lose ground on the Astros and Rangers because we have the Twins, who are one of the top 10 teams in baseball, the Orioles, one of the top 5 teams in baseball, and then we got the Blue Jays, who aren't a top 10 team, but again, you never know what you're going to get out of Toronto. So in reality, we might only end up winning one game against the Twins, one game against the Orioles, and hopefully we win 1 or 2 against the Blue Jays. We'll have to wait and see, but depending on how the Rangers and Astros play in the next week and a half, it might be very, very close where our lead of 4.5 disappears to nothing. So, but I think we can get it back up to 5 to 10 games again later in the year after the All-Star break. But this is a tough set after going on the road and playing like shit against the White Sox, the Marlins, and the Tampa Bay Rays. So if we were able to sweep some of those teams or win 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, then we would be in better position right now. We'd still have like a 10-game lead. But since we kind of shit the bed on the road, in reality, we're probably not going to have a lead after a week and a half from now. We'll all be sitting around the same record, unfortunately, unless the Rangers and Astros lose when we lose, and then we still keep that 3 to 4 game lead. But we'll see. Nah, I guarantee we won't be sweeping the Blue Jays. You haven't watched the Mariners. We're one of the worst hitting teams in baseball. So, I mean, if we barely could win against the White Sox on the road and we could barely beat the Marlins, it doesn't matter who we play, even the bottom feeders, we struggle. And we have injuries with our pitching staff, and some of the guys aren't very good. So, wishful thinking, but again, sweeping teams is a lot harder than people think, even if you are a top 5 or top 10 team in baseball. And it also depends if you're playing a 4-game series or a 3-game series. A lot easier to sweep in a 3 than a 4. But again, until we can start consistently getting 4 runs and 7 to 10 hits, normally it's 5 runs and 7 to 10 hits, but now it's 4 because it's a pitching league. Until we can hit that number consistently, there's no guarantee that we're going to sweep anyone. If anything, we're going to get swept. And that's reality. And they just tagged Garver. Well, there goes the end of the 6th inning with the unfortunate out there by Garver at home plate. 2-1 Minnesota. And that's me keeping it real. I'm not one of these fans that just delusional, thinking that the Mariners are going to go to the World Series every year and win the championship and win the pennant. Not like when you hear people on ESPN talking about the Cowboys. Every year, Dak is going to win it all, right? And at the end of the day, we know that they're going to fail every single year. They might be able to win a game in the playoffs, but they're not making it to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. But that's always what they want to talk about year in and year out. I know this team like the back of my hand. So, again, even if we end up making a move, for another bat or another bullpen guy, it's still going to be a work in progress. Even if we get a superstar, Pete Alonso, Luis Robert Jr., Bo Bichette, Vlad Jr., even if we got one of those guys and a bullpen guy, that doesn't mean that we automatically are making it to the World Series or the ALCS. We could still end up, shitting the bed and losing in the first round. We might still be able to win the division, but how far we go is really going to be up to the pitching and the bullpen, and to see if these hitting, statistics can go up, because we're not very good. We're still a first place team, but again, out of all the teams that are in first place, we're probably the worst team out of them all. Like I said, we're a top 10 team, but out of all the teams in baseball, we might be number 10. But that's okay. We have room to grow and get better. A lot of people will have us 7th or 8th in the power rankings and whatnot. But again, for every lead that we have, the bullpen loses it. So it's we could be up 3-0, and then all of a sudden we take out our starting pitcher, and depending on who we have come in, since we don't have Matt Brash and a few others, we could have our lead just disappear within a half inning, and it's happened to us quite a few times. So we'll see where it goes. But again, a lot of us are optimistic. So. My pup is in here now. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Lauren in the building. What's good? Wow, Julio Rodriguez with a sliding grab. Oh, baby. J-Rod. No fly zone, baby. What a play. Great defense there. One of the best catches I've seen from Julio Rodriguez in 2024. Nice job. I mean, we're the only good team in the AL West, but last year it was, Rangers, Astros, and Mariners. So the Central took our spot with 3 good teams this year. You got Yankees and Orioles. You got 2 there in the East. You got 3 in the Central, Guardians, Twins, Royals, and then just the Mariners in the West, right? And then you got Braves, Phillies, Dodgers, Brewers, and maybe Padres is like that sleeper team over there. So. Haniger plays that one on the bounce. Kepler with a base hit. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Help your boy out. Next up for the Twins, 1 for 2, center fielder Manuel Margot. I doubt it if they're going to be sellers. If they get rid of Pete Alonso and they get rid of some of their players, I don't think that they're going to still be in the conversation. They're 40 and 39. They're trash, dude. 1 game above 500, and then you're going to get rid of some of your players in the deadline. They're not going to. Even Atlanta with no Spencer Strider and Ronald Acuna Jr., they're going to by default beat them, and the Phillies will get first. You'd have a better chance of someone from the Central or the Padres getting in than the Mets. That's facts. It's not like you got Mike Piazza on the fucking squad and you got some players there. It's like, if anything, the Mets have a lot of names that don't do shit. You know what I mean? They have a big fucking salary, but those guys choke every year. And even if they do, what are they going to do? Get fucking eliminated? They're not good enough to win. Let's be real. You have a better chance of a team like the Cardinals or like the Padres actually getting there and doing something. If the Mets somehow ended up getting in, they would get absolutely fucking destroyed. Chop foul. But at the end of the day, more than likely, there's going to be some surprise team that gets hot and comes out of nowhere. But it kind of feels like it's going to be Phillies or Dodgers this year, unless something happens. And we already know Dodgers and Braves usually are very good in the regular season, and they choke in the postseason, at least the last couple years, when the Phillies overachieved in the Diamondbacks last year. But it kind of feels like as long as those teams stay relatively healthy, that those should be the teams towards the end. And then the American League is wide open. I think any number of teams could do it. Yankees, Orioles, Mariners, Royals, Guardians, Twins. Like, I think anybody that's on the American League side could end up making it. But on the National League side, it's a little bit, I don't think the Braves are going to be able to do it because the Acuna-Strider loss is too much, right? The Brewers can be a good regular season team, but they're not going to do shit in the postseason, right? And then you got teams like the Padres that might be able to get in, or the Cardinals, but they don't have the depth pitching and hitting to go past, some of these other teams. Maybe the Padres could do it against the Dodgers, but I don't think the Padres would be able to beat the Phillies in a 7-game series. But it all depends. Like, Harper and Schwarber are injured on the IL right now. So obviously we'll see where the healthiness is and how hot Philadelphia is later in the year. But that's kind of, my observation on watching games, in entirety and kind of covering the league as a whole. Some teams are going to get hot late, and normally you're going to have that rando team that gets hot in the National League. But typically in the American League, when you start to see like the way it's shaping up, like you kind of have a feeling on who's going to be there. And again, there's 6 teams, that could end up doing some damage. Yankees, Orioles, Mariners, Guardians, Twins, and Royals. Who knows, who it's going to be. Probably the Mariners and Royals are least likely, to be able to go, and the Twins. And the more likely teams would be the Guardians, the Yankees, and Orioles to overachieve and go further. But the other 3 teams, Royals, Twins, and Mariners, are good. So again, if those other teams at the top, Yankees, Orioles, or Guardians, slip up or have injuries, the bottom 3, right, Mariners, Twins, and Royals could possibly take advantage. Not saying that they will, but they could. So we'll see. Highly doubt it. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K, left fielder Dominic Canzone. Let's get in the zone, Canzone. We need electricity, baby. Batting second, first baseman Ty France. And batting third, second baseman Jorge Polanco. Let's look at Bailey's numbers here. Pretty good outing. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 9 Ks. Seems like that's a stat line that always happens to the Mariners. Like, they can make any pitcher look like a Cy Young candidate. But again, hopefully we'll end up getting the bat to light up. Lauren, what's good, brother? What's good, my guy? Alcala in the game. All right, see where we're at. We got 54 people in the building. We're at 32 likes. We need 8 more to get to 40. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Now we're at 33. Thank you so much. 7 more to get to 40. Let's get it, baby. Try to get to 40 to 50. And if this game ends up being 2-2 and the 8th or the 9th, we might get a little spike in viewership. Gilbert's not coming in. He's already out. So Gilbert's not going to be able to get you your money, my guy. He's done. Both already came in, so. Yep, he pitched 6 innings, so he's already at 90 pitches. He's at 92, and then both came in the last inning. So, unfortunately, Majesty, no dinero in the parlay. Yeah, he already did his 6. Dominic Canzone, 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K, first baseman Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Come on, Ty. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Let's go, baby. Utilize that bat. 1-0 pitch, big rip, big swing and a miss, 1-1 count, 232 average, 8 homers, and 29 ribbies for Ty France. We need to upgrade in that position. Pete Alonso to the Mariners? I don't know, but I'll definitely take a better first baseman than Ty France or Tyler Locklear. Wow. Carlos Santana with the out right there in foul territory. 2 away. There goes Ty France and Dominic Canzone. Next up, 0 for 2 with a K, second baseman Jorge Polanco. Ryan Bliss, hello? But at least Polanco's played good defense today. Labatt Blue. Yeah, regardless if the Mets are prepared or unprepared, you know, they would be one of the shittiest teams in the playoffs in recent memory. You know what I mean? Like, they usually don't have the consistent pitching or hitting to be able. This isn't the fucking Subway Series back when, like, Jeter was playing and you had Mike Piazza. Like, that was the last time the Mets were fucking relevant. You know what I mean? They can have players and they can have a big payroll with, like, Lindor and company, but most of the time that they choke, you know? We're not talking about the Yankees here, the Mets, you know? We're not talking about the Mets in the 80s. We're not talking about the Mets in the 90s, you know? No one believes the Mets are going to do anything. And you're a Yankee fan. Why do you give a shit about the Mets? The Mets wouldn't do anything. If they ended up going to the playoffs, they would get fucking blasted. We would rather see a team like the fucking Padres in the playoffs, because then they would actually be able to have a chance against the Phillies or the Dodgers or the upper echelon teams, or like the Brewers, right? The Padres are going to be like the team that if they stay healthy, that team, if they got in, could actually win. You know, but if the Mets get in, they can't fucking win. They get fucking embarrassed. End of the 7th inning, 2-1 Minnesota. Let's see what's up next here for the Minnesota Twins. We're only down a run, so we got to find a way here. Next up for the Minnesota Twins, 0 for 2 with a run. Second baseman, Willie Castro. Probably their most underrated player on the roster. Gets very hot and a good leadoff hitter for Minnesota. Batting second for the Twins with a 2-run blast, shortstop Carlos Correa, the best player on the team. And batting third, left fielder Trevor Larnach. Let's go Mariners. Even Paisley's whining right now. He said, come on, Mariners. Only down by a run. Let's go. Yeah, but regular season matchups don't mean shit. You know, anybody can beat anyone. Fuck, we could lose to the A's. We could end up losing to the fucking Marlins. We could lose to the White Sox. But that doesn't mean that we're like a garbage team. Anybody can beat anyone in the regular season. Regular season matchups don't fucking matter. Like, you want to be able to get the wins matter at the end of the day. But just because the Mets ended up beating the Yankees by like 10, 12 runs in one fucking game, that's not going to determine how good the Mets are going to be, you know, come August and September, and if they're going to have a chance in October. It's all about consistency. Nobody believes in the Mets except for you, Adam. You're the only one that thinks the Mets might do anything. Nobody wants to face Houston. No one gives a shit about them. Mariners aren't afraid against anybody. But again, I don't care if we play the Guardians. They're fantastic. Twins, great. Royals, great and underrated. You know, Orioles and Yankees are there, and they're fantastic at the top. You know, but even teams at the top can struggle. You know, just recently the Mariners went on a little bit of a skid. So did the Orioles and the Yankees. So I don't think we're really afraid of anyone. We just need to be able to find a way to hit. Castro, right past Ty France for a base knock. 11-game hit streak for Willie Castro, probably the most underrated on the roster. Nice job, Willie. Next up for Minnesota, 2 for 3 with a run, 2 RBIs and a K. Shortstop Carlos Correa with a 2-run home run blast. We have to find a way to get a double play here to try to get out of this inning. The Boo Birds come out for Correa. He's probably number 2 booed player after Jose Altuve. You don't really hear, Kyle Tucker or Yordan Alvarez or any of the others. Maybe Pregame is number 3 getting booed and whatnot, but there we go. Popped up, flied out, 2 away. Next up for the Twins, left fielder Trevor Larnach. Well, that's why they do the betting, man. Everything is calculated in a spreadsheet, so they obviously know exactly where to put you at. It's like they have a spread at 3.5, and then you watch a game, right, and it ends up being 3, or you just barely miss it, like, for football or anything. They know exactly what they're doing, and every once in a while, you'll be able to come up big with a big win and a big bet, but a lot of times you're going to come up just barely short, and that's on purpose because it's all analytical. It's all stats and analytics, and they go through every matchup the team has played in the last 20 years, and they look at the home, they look at the road, they look at grass, they look at artificial turf, they look at night, they look at day, they look at morning. You have to realize they're not making up these numbers just trying to get lucky. Everything is fucking calculated for you to lose. Throw to first. Double play. Got him. There we go. 2-1 Minnesota. I mean, if it was easy to win in sports gambling, everyone would be doing it, and just like in life as well. If it was so easy to have dreams and goals, everyone would do it. If it was easy to gamble and win money, on the sports betting, everyone would do it. But the problem is people get addicted, and then you end up winning 1 bet out of 10, and you end up winning $200, but then you don't talk to your friends about the 9 other bets that you lost, and you're 500 in the hole. So yeah, you might have won 200, but you're not 200 up. You're down 300 because of the 500 that you lost. Ask anybody that really, gambles. That's how it goes. No one wants to admit when they lose. They only want to bring it up when they win. Facts. That's why I don't gamble as much as some people. Big facts. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's see who's up for the Mariners. Next up for Seattle, 0 for 1 with a run, base on ball, and a K, right fielder Mitch Haniga. Batting second, 1 for 2 with an RBI, third baseman Hollywood Josh Rojas. And batting third, shortstop J.P. Crawford. I wouldn't mind having someone pinch hit for Mitch Haniger here, but Luke Raley for Mitch Haniger. Hello, Luke Raley. Luke. That's what I would do. But we'll see if that ends up happening. Let's go. Game number 1, Virginia. And again, I've been a Mariner fan since the 80s, but I respect a lot of these really good teams this year. And, sweeping a team like this is uncalled for, not going to happen. If anything, if a sweep were to happen, even though we're at home and we're 27-12 at home, in reality, we would be the ones getting swept by the Twins, not us sweeping them. But I'm hoping that we can find a way to win 2 out of 3. Win this game, maybe lose tomorrow, and then win game number 3. But I don't know. We'll see. Luke Raley. Hello, Luke Raley. I mean, no guarantee that Luke Raley gets a hit right here, but I would rather go with Luke Raley right now. I mean, Dylan Moore and Haniger is kind of even. You're probably going to strike out with both, but maybe you get a walk or a hit by a pitch. But I mean, we're in the 8th inning. Haniger's already had plenty of time. If you're a smart manager, hello. And I don't care if it's a right-handed pitcher, left-handed pitcher. It doesn't fucking matter. Luke Raley. It's like they wonder why Mariners lose games late. You know what I mean? Like when you don't make the proper pinch hit decision. You got a guy like Haniger, who's probably the lowest rated Major League Baseball starter that's playing, based off statistics in the outfield, right? So why not put in someone else? He's batting .212 with 6 homers, 30 ribbies, and a majority of those 6 home runs and 30 ribbies was in the first month and a half of the season in April and May. Hasn't done a whole lot in June. So, I mean, unless we're praying that he gets hit by a pitch or a walk, that would really be the only benefit. Unless he has a miracle home run right here or a single, double, triple, that could happen, but he's more than likely going to strike out, pop up, or ground out, just based on the game, right? 2-1 pitch. Pitch is outside, 3-1 count. Maybe we can get a walk here. Come on, baby. Come on, Miach. Just don't swing. And sometimes your best asset as a player who's struggling is not swinging at the garbage. Just imagine if Julio had that kind of discipline. Maybe he'd be batting 280 or 290 instead of where he's at right now. There we go. Check swing. 3-2 count. There we go. The best asset for Haniger, a walk. There we go. Yeah, baby. It's kind of sad when you have to have a player that's in the box and you pray for a hit by pitch and he doesn't get hurt or a walk. But there you go. That's how you end up helping your team win, right? Nice job by not chasing. If that was Julio, definitely would have been strike 3. Next up, third baseman, Hollywood Josh Rojas, who helped us get their 1 run. Now we got Luke Raley pinch running at first, but why not have him hit? So at least they got it right eventually, at the guy at first. But if Luke Raley was up, what would have happened? He might have been able to hit a home run or maybe a single or double, right? Reflect with the tenor. Moose juice, baby, moose juice. I like. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, little cactus jack. I like. $10 holla, let's go. Moose juice. Yeah, baby! Hollywood Josh Rojas in the 9-hole, getting back to being that 300, 350 hitter. Let's go, baby. Sometimes you got to make those adjustments. I like Rojas in the 1, 2, 3 spot, but in the 9-hole, this is a nice spot for him. Maybe we need to move Julio in the 6-hole and keep Rojas in the 9-hole, baby. There we go. Next up for the Mariners, J.P. Crawford, 0 for 2, a base on ball and a K. And I feel that first out is when it should have been 1-1, and it ended up being an 0-2 count, and he struck out, and that kind of fucked with his mentals. So hopefully here we can be disciplined, maybe get a walk, we'll have bases loaded, and then we can end up taking the lead in this inning. Be disciplined here, JP. Don't let the ump dictate your mental health, okay? The first at-bat was fucked, all right? But we can't let an ump get in our head. If the ump is bad, the ump is bad. Let's go. Lock in. Pitch right down the middle for a strike, 1-1 count. Let's go. Kind of ironic that they ended up putting Luke Raley as a pinch hitter, but again, I would have rather had Raley's at bat than Haniger's, but at least we got a guy on first and second right now with no outs, baby. We are a great 7th, 8th, and 9th inning team. JP with a bunt. Oh, he caught it. Jesus Christ, almost a double play. Should have went a little bit lower on that attempt. Oh, we're not giving it to Houston. Houston and Texas are garbage this year. If you've watched the Mariners at all, with the talent that we have, we're winning the division this year. They might end up, catching up to us if we go on a little bit of a slump. But at the end of the day, the Mariners are going to win 90 to 95 games. The Astros and Rangers are not. They already had their time. They already went to their World Series and already got their wins. They're not on the same level as the Mariners this year. So you don't have to worry. We're going to get there. Julio up to the plate. Let's go, baby. Go, J-Rod. Trident's up, baby. Yeah, but the Astros don't have the same type of team as they did in years past. Same thing with the Rangers. They had their World Series teams, and now they're not. No one thinks the Rangers or Astros, even if they make the playoffs, would do anything. They would get eliminated, more than likely in the first round. And it's not saying that they're terrible, but if you look at the Royals and the Twins and the Guardians and the Mariners and the Yankees and the Orioles, who the fuck is beating them? Who are they going to beat? Maybe the Astros and Rangers' best shot would be against the Mariners, but they would be losing against everyone else. They wouldn't be able to beat anyone else. Bottom of the 8th, 2-1 Minnesota. Runners at first and second with 1 out. 2-1 count to J-Rod, baby. Julio. Pitches inside, 3-1 count. And it would be a great miracle here if Julio just doesn't fucking swing and get on base. We'll take bases loaded with Julio. Because guess who's up next? Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And he comes up in the clutch, baby. Three-one pitch. Fucking A, Julio. Oh, he dropped it. Yeah. Woo! Let's go. Hell yeah. Wild throw to first. That's why you run hard to first every single time. Even if you think you're out, Luke Raley is a great example of that. He runs hard even if he thinks he's out 99%. He just keeps going. You never know if that throw is going to be off, if it's going to be bobbled, by the defender, or if it's going to be bobbled at first base. And for a play right here, they went for the tag there at third, bobble at first. Let's go. We're tied up at 2. What an error. Let's fucking go. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. And here comes the number one clutch player for the Seattle Mariners in probably the last 10 years. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. This guy is a stud. The only thing that we need to really improve on is his batting average. But other than that, he's money. Leadership, switch hitter, right? Gives you everything that you would want out of a catcher. One of the hardest positions to actually play in baseball. There's, the position that gets the least amount of love. Big facts. Let's go, Cal. Be a hero here. Are they going to see if he got tagged out at third? They tagged Raley on the back. So they're trying to discuss if Raley got tagged out or if it's safe. A very crazy play there. Looks like the call is going to stand, but let's be real, Mariner fans. Let's not be, biased, right? It looked like he got tagged out, right? I mean, and obviously if he gets tagged out, there's, the throw to first, error, and then he ends up going home. And obviously you have to be able to stay on the path, and he obviously goes in the green there. Obviously safe at first base, going to second, but that's a very questionable call. That definitely could have been an out, and we would still be down 2-1. Now, as Mariner fans, are we happy that the game is tied and something actually went our way? Yes, but that definitely could have been he was way out of the baseline, and it looked like he got tagged in the back. So in all reality, most Mariner fans, that aren't biased, it should be 2-1 right now. But again, are we going to take a 2-2 tie? Yes, we will. We've gotten fucked over in many games this year. So again, sometimes, the other team has got to get fucked, once in a while for us to be able to, find a way. Cal Raleigh intentionally walked. That's probably the best decision that they made here today. Because Cal is the best clutch hitter on the Mariners, period. Especially late in games. Bases loaded, baby. Next up, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Where's Edgar Martinez when you need one? Let's go, Garv. Be a hero. Grand Salami. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. We got 72 people watching. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 count. Where are we at? Are we at 40 yet? We got 72 people watching. We're at 36 likes. We need 4 more to get to 40. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Help your boy out. 37. Thank you. 3 more to go. Pitch is outside. 2-1 count. Come on, Garv. That should have been a strike based on how this ump has been calling games, but we'll take it. 2-1 count. Big swing and a miss. Should have not swung at that pitch. Made him bait for that one. 2-2 count. 4 grand slams this season. Cal Raleigh with 2, Haniger with 1, and Crawford with 1. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's go, baby. We got bases loaded, tied up at 2 with 1 out. We don't even necessarily need a grand slam, just like a force out to be able to have the guy tag up from third to home. And he pops it up, but not deep enough. Fuck. 2 away. Kepler with a nice catch. Didn't go deep enough. And again, that would have been a good spot for Luke Raley to pinch hit for Garv if he didn't end up pinch hitting earlier for Haniger. And he ended up being a pinch runner, but it is what it is. Next up, left fielder Dominic Canzone. Where's Ryan Bliss, right? Where's Ryan Bliss when you need him? Where's Tyler Locklear when you need him? Damn it. Come on, Dom. Bottom of the 8th, bases loaded, 2 out. Game is tied up at 2. 0 for 3 with a strikeout in the 7th. Let's go, Dom. Let's go, baby. Moose loves ya. Let's go. 0-1 pitch. Lazy swing by Dom. Behind in the count, 0-2. Christ, Dom. We got to 40 likes. There we go. 10 more to get to 50. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. 40 likes. 10 more to hit the goal. We got 72 people in the building. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X and YouTube. Dominic Canzone chops that one foul. Count remains 0-2. Come on, Dom. Let's go, Maurice. Come on, baby. We need some Mariner magic, baby. Big swing and a miss. Lazy swing. And that is it. We leave bases loaded, stranded. But let's be honest, right? Mariner fans and people that were watching this game, the game should be 2-1 right now. The game should not be tied. It should have been an out, obviously tagged on the back. And yeah, Raley ran out. I mean, you could have done it based on him running out of the baseline or being tagged in the back. But again, I guess once in a while we'll take one, right? Moose Mojo, baby. End of the 8th inning, we're knotted up at 2. But again, we've been screwed a few times throughout the year. So again, I guess it's a little karma coming back, but I'm not sure if we deserve it in this game. All right, let's see what's up here for the Minnesota Twins in the top of the 9th inning. Leading off for the Twins, 0 for 3 with a K, DHing for Minnesota, Royce Lewis. Batting second, 0 for 3 with a K. Should be probably 3 for 3 today, but we had some good defense. Carlos Santana. And batting third, 1 for 3, third baseman, Jose Miranda. So really the one we need to watch out for is Carlos Santana and Carlos Correa. I already knew that these guys were going to do damage in the series. Correa had the home run to give them the 2-1 lead. Santana should have went 2 for 2, but we had really good defense out of France and Polanco to rob him of his first 2 base hits. Let's go. Let's go, baby. And I'll be live tomorrow at 7 o'clock Pacific on Saturday for game number 2 in the set. And then I also will be doing game number 3 on Sunday at 1 o'clock Pacific. Let's go, baby. 5 more likes to 45, 10 more to 50. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. It's definitely helping out with the metrics and the algorithm a lot for you guys that are doing it. And again, the people on Twitter/X don't even have a like button at all. They can't comment. They can't donate. They can't do anything there besides watch. So keep that in mind. And we gained 3 subs tonight, so that's good. 88 subs to get to 20,400. Let's go. And we're getting closer to that 4 million view mark, which is great since we've had an uptick in the views on the Mariner streams and whatnot, which is awesome. Pitch is outside. Come on, Andres Munoz. We're at 3,983,707. So only 17,000 more. We'll get that. I mean, so if we get 1,000 views on a stream 17 times, then boom, we're there. So eventually, before the baseball season ends, that's going to happen. Popped up. Can zone is there. One away. There we go, Mariners. This is the bat we need to be worried about. Let's go, Munoz. Fouled that one off. 0-1 count. Munoz has to get all three. Goddamn, when he was on the closing out the Tampa Bay game, he walked the first two batters and hit the third one. So I don't know if Munoz is hurt or what was going on in Tampa, but his velocity and his speed was there, but his location was just gone. I don't think I've seen Munoz look so terrible in that last game against Tampa Bay. Again, he walked the first two batters, 8 straight balls, I believe, and then hit the third batter. But we found a way. Yeah, I'm only seeing one game, the July 4th game, the rubber match, and Logan Gilbert will be on the mound as long as the starts stay the same. So I don't have the money to go to all 3 games, but my buddy got tickets at the beginning of the year because we wanted to see Baltimore with Gunnar Henderson and Adley Rutschman, 2 away. So my goal is to get a Cal Raleigh ball, Julio Rodriguez ball, Adley Rutschman, or Gunnar Henderson. I'm going to be shooting for those 4 players. So, and if I get a ball, then it'll be my 4th baseball in 8 games. So I would say that's a pretty good ratio. But I am going on July 4th. The game is on at 1. So the first 2 games are on in the evening. And, we'll be driving up there at 8 a.m., get there at 11, 11:30, hang out for an hour or 2, go into the stadium, watch the game from 1 to 4, and then drive back on July 4th and be home around 7:30. And I don't know if me or my buddy are going to do anything for fireworks. We'll be tired probably. Throw to first. 1, 2, 3 inning for the Mariners, baby. All right, we need a walk-off win, baby. All right, here we go. Leading off for the Mariners in the bottom of the 9th to try to get the dub. First baseman, Ty France. Batting second baseman, can he be the hero against his former team? Jorge Polanco. And batting third, is it going to be Mitch Haniger? No. Luke Raley, baby, which they should have already done. Let's go, Luke. Yeah. Will Luke be the hero? Maybe. Go, baby. Munoz got us out. But again, I'm very concerned, on how he has looked on the road. But again, we're a terrible road team, but we're a very good home team. One of the best home teams in baseball. So, Mariner Moose, baby. Let's go, baby. And like I mentioned multiple times on the stream, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health, addiction, depression, anxiety. These are things that a lot of people are going through now or have in the past. But if you make some minor adjustments to your daily routine, get the toxic people out of your life, exercise a little bit more, take a walk once in a while, eat a little bit better, don't eat fast food every day, listen to music every day, and you'd be really surprised that you'll be able to come out of the darkness a lot faster if you do those things. Big fact. Let's go, baby. Let's get this dub, baby. Duran on the mound. 25 games with a 3.80 ERA, 21 Ks and 8 walks, and he has 11 out of 12 save attempts. Let's go. Appreciate you, Reflect. Awesome. We're getting closer to that 4 million view mark, baby. Very excited. We got 77 people in the room. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's get to 50 likes. If this goes to extra innings, I think we'll be able to get there. Where are we at right now? We're at 40. 5 more to get to 45. 10 more to get to 50. If you are in the room, do your boy a solid. 41. Thank you. Appreciate you. 9 more to hit the goal for the night. Let's go, baby. Let's get the dub and let's get to 50 likes. Big swing and a miss for Ty France. 0-1 count. He's 0 for 3. Let's make it 1 for 4, baby. Let's go, Ty. Oh, 1 pitch. Pitch is outside. 1-1 count. Bottom of the ninth, 2-2. We're very lucky to be tied here. Definitely could be down 2-1. But sometimes I guess the ball bounces in the Mariner favor. The ump is not really, he's called it a little bit more for Minnesota than Seattle as far as the strike zone is concerned. It's a little bit bigger than normal, but at least at this point we're tied. We have a chance. 1-2 pitch. France right up the middle, baby. Let's go. Hell yeah. Ty France says, you know what? I ain't going 0 for 4, bitch. 1 for 4. Let's go. Next up, second baseman Jorge Polanco. 0 for 3, 2 Ks. How about you go 1 for 4 as well? If you really want to get on Mariners' good side for our fan base, you go yard here and you hit off a walk-off homer just like Garv did when you got a base hit earlier in the year in April when we had this particular play. Polanco got a base hit. Garv went yard. We won 2-1 when we were down 1-0 in the bottom of the ninth. Can you return the favor, Jorge Polanco? Luke Raley up next on deck. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, M's. Come on, Polo. Don't make me regret that this isn't Ryan Bliss right now. Let's go, Polo. You're going against your former team. If that's not motivation, I don't know what the fuck is. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Come on, Polo. Come on, baby. Oh, 1 pitch to Polo. Goes for a bunt. Go, go, go. Yes. Oh, baby. Polo, Polo, Polo. Bunt single. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ty France. Safe. Polo. Safe. And guess who's up? Luke Raley. Oh, we're winning now. We're winning now, baby. Here we go. One of my favorite players on the Mariners because of his effort and his hustle and his determination and his work ethic, Luke Raley. I'm a Cal Raleigh guy. I'm a Julio guy. I'm a Gilbert and a Kirby guy. Oh, bunt again. Moving the guys over. There we go. Runners at second and third with 1 out. Luke Raley, good job. Small ball, baby. Oh, guess who? Someone that's been hot, hot, hot today. 2 for 3 with an RBI. I smell game winner. Hollywood, Josh Rojas. Oh, baby, you know it. You know it, baby. If they were smart, they would walk Rojas right here intentionally. Because if not, he's going to get the game-winning RBI, baby. Him batting in the 9-hole is giving him that resurgence, baby. Chef's kiss. Let's go. We're at 40 likes. 5 more to get to 45. Let's go. go, baby. Let's go, Hollywood. Chop that one foul. Let's go. Well, it's also JP Crawford bobblehead night, you know. So with the City Connects with the Trident. So I'm almost done, Paisley. I'm almost done. We got to wait for the Mariners win. My pup has just opened the door with her nose and she's staring me down. Let's go, Hollywood. Right, Paisley? Hollywood. Let's go. Bottom of the ninth, 2-2 Twins and Mariners. Runners at second and third with one out. Should be able to get this dub here. Let's go, Hollywood. 0-2 pitch. Pitch is inside. 1-2 count, 100 miles an hour. Fans don't like that. Let's go, baby. 88 people. Big swing and a miss for Hollywood. And there he goes. Got him. Shit. 2 away. It's all right, Hollywood. All right, here we go. Time to be a hero. 0 for 3 with a base on ball and a K. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford. He can be a hero. Let's go, baby. Bring that electricity. Let's go, JP. It's your bobblehead night. It's only fitting that you come up with the RBI here. What a great way to end the game off on JP Crawford bobblehead night with the bobblehead matching the actual jersey that he's wearing here tonight. Victor Robles at third. He's got some speed. 0-1 pitch from Duran to Crawford. Come on, JP. Pitch is high. 1-1 count. Come on, JP. Come on, baby. They're not going to do no suicide squeeze. That's too ballsy in this position. Pitch is outside. 2-1 count. Suicide squeeze would be fucking insanity, though. But you know, there's a time and a place for suicide squeeze. I'm not sure if it's right now. Come on, JP. 2-1 pitch from Duran to Crawford. Fuck. Castro to first, and we leave it stranded. Fuck. All right. End of the 9th inning. We're going to have to go to 10. We're still knotted up at 2. Shit. End of the 9th inning, 2-2 Twins and Mariners. Let's see who's up next for the Minnesota Twins. Leading off for the Twins in the top of the 10th, 1 for 3, right fielder Max Kepler. Batting second, center fielder Manuel Margot. And batting third, catcher Christian Vasquez, unless they make some adjustments to the lineup. Let's go, baby. Got to win this game because we'll probably end up losing tomorrow, and we'll see what happens in game number 3. Got to try to win 2 out of 3. If we lose tonight, we're only going to win 1 game in the series. If we win tonight, we're going to win 2 out of 3. With a chance, you know, I don't think we can sweep this team. They're too good. But again, if we win today, lose tomorrow, maybe we win game number 3. You know, or maybe we win the first 2 games if we win this one and lose game number 3. But again, it all starts with this first game. We got to get this dub. Bang, bang, baby. Let's go. Bring that energy. Yeah, JP delivering would have been huge on his bobblehead night. Oh, we've got Stanek in the game. Stanny, best mullet in the game. Let's go, baby. Stanny. Almost done, Paisley. Dad's almost done. It's an extra inning. Popped up to Robles. Went away. I think anybody could beat anybody in the American League, honestly. I think you're taking for granted how good the Twins, Guardians, Royals, and Mariners are. Orioles and Yankees are at the top, right? And those are the teams that should get the furthest. But if there's injuries to Aaron Judge or Giancarlo Stanton or Juan Soto or the pitching staff, you're not going to advance. You're going to lose. So you have to keep that in mind. If you end up having an injury or two, just like the Orioles, if they lose Gunnar Henderson or Adley Rutschman, they're fucked. Like they have a good team when everyone's there, but if they have a key player get hurt or two, the chances of those teams going all the way to the World Series or ALCS, when you got teams like the Mariners and the Twins and the Guardians and the Royals, they're not that far behind the Orioles and Yankees. I mean, the Orioles and Yankees are great, just like the Phillies and Dodgers are in the National League, but that doesn't mean some other team might be able to come up. Right? Who saw the Phillies and the Diamondbacks going to the World Series for the National League the last 2 years when everyone thought it was the Dodgers and Braves? So there you go. You never know. Injuries could definitely derail a team. And that's not like I'm hoping for anyone to get injured on the Orioles or the Yankees. I mean, baseball is better when Aaron Judge is playing. Same thing with Juan Soto. When he's there, that's been the difference for you guys. Pitch right down the middle for a strike to Margot, 3-1 count. Let's go, Stanny. 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 3-2 count. Paisley. My dog is getting pissed. 3-2 pitch. Popped up. Could be a routine play here for Canzone. Miranda going to third. Safe. Next up for the Minnesota Twins, catcher Christian Vasquez. I mean, every fan base is going to have good fans, and some are going to have horrible fans. I mean, there's one thing to have passion, but then also to be like doing racial slurs and even be getting on your own players. That's what separates some of the fan bases, that are passionate, or the ones that actually go after other players and their own players. That's the sad part. Not every Yankee fan is like that, but if you look at some of those people that live in New York, some of them are not the best people. That's facts. But again, you could say that with Philadelphia sports. You could say that for the New Saints and the Saints fan base and a few other fan bases. Cowboy fans, Saints fans, Philly fans, New York fans, Boston fans. Throw to first. Got him. Nice job, Stanning. There we go. Not every fan base is created equal. Nice job, baby. Way to get out of that inning, Stanning. There we go. Nice job, Stanek. All right, see who we got up here next for the Mariners to try to win this in the bottom of the 10th. Leading off for the Mariners, 1 for 4 with a K, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, 0 for 3 with a base on ball and 2 Ks. Catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. He is the most clutch player in the 7th inning and beyond for the Seattle Mariners. And batting third, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver, unless they decide to switch it up with another player, but we'll find out. Let's go, Mariners. I don't really think 49er fans. I mean, obviously, if you're a Seahawk fan and you're going back and forth, you know, you're going to have Seahawk fans that are going to be normal, and then you're going to have other ones that are just, you know, fucking insane. Like I said, especially when you have a rivalry with a fan base, you're going to have good Seahawk fans. You're going to have terrible ones. You're going to have, good Niner fans, and you're going to have terrible ones. That's how it goes. I guess it just depends on how much you talk shit. But at the end of the day, karma's a bitch, and then the more that you talk shit, at the end of the day, sometimes talking shit is going to lead you to L's, right? It's like the Niners, as great as they are, right? They always make fun of the Dallas Cowboys and other fan bases, right, for not being able to win. Last time I checked, the last time the Niners won a Super Bowl was 1994. The Cowboys, 95. And they act like they've won a championship within the last 5 or 10 years. So even though I grew up watching Montana and Rice and watching those type of players, Roger Craig, Dion in 94, like when's the last time the Niners have been champions? It's been a long time. So sometimes it's just better to shut the fuck up and get the dub, right? But again, they haven't had a quarterback like Montana and Steve Young since then. So it's like you got Brock Purdy, you have Kaepernick, but those guys are not Steve Young and Joe Montana, and that's the difference. Facts. But I like watching the Niners. Most of their fan base is good. Sometimes you just have to know when to shut the fuck up. That's just how it goes. But, for Niner fans to act like they've won, in the last 5 to 10 years, dude, you haven't won since 94. The Cowboys have won a Super Bowl sooner than you have, but they never want to bring that part up. Facts. Bottom of the 10th, 2-2, Twins and Mariners. And I'm not even a Seahawks fan. Chop foul by Julio, 0-2 count. You're going to get bad fan bases everywhere. That's facts. But certain areas are a little bit more supportive, of their players. Like Yankee fans will boo Aaron Judge when he's doing bad. You're not going to see a lot of, franchises booing their best player. Like even as bad as Julio's been, we're not going to overly boo him. We already know that his confidence is a little bit shaken, and we want him to be a good player. We don't want to boo someone that could possibly be a Hall of Fame player. But again, New York people and Seattle people are opposites. Seattle people and Pacific Northwest people are a little bit more easygoing. We're not as rude. Chopper, throw to first. One away, moving the runner over. Nothing is scripted. Stop it. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Bottom of the 10th, 1 out. Runner at third, 2-2 tie. Big dumper, the best clutch hitter for the Mariners in the last 10 years. Best clutch hitter in the 7th inning and beyond, Cal Raleigh. I've been watching football and sports, Adam, probably longer than you've been born, bud. Yeah, a good one. Obviously biased for, the coaches and certain players that you love, but most people are, You're going to have favorites on the players that you have, The main thing is when it's a safe place, and if we're criticizing some of the positions or players, you can't take it personal, But again, a lot of times people take shit personal on their teams as a reflection of who they are, But a lot of times it's not trying to be personal. Some people make it personal, like if it's a rival fan base. But if it's someone that's not trying to make it an attack, sometimes you have to be able to listen to the criticism and accept it. Like the offensive line could be better for the Seahawks. The defense could be better. Those aren't attacks. That's just facts. So, but I don't think you're a bad fan of the Hawks. 0-1 pitch. Raleigh. Throw home. J.P. Crawford. Let's go. Let's go. Cal Raleigh. Let's go. Fielder's choice. Runner's safe. J.P. Crawford scores on his bobblehead night, and the guy that comes up big again, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. Yes, sir. Let's go. There we go, baby. And the most clutch player for the Seattle Mariners comes up big again. Final score in the 10th inning. Mariners 3, Minnesota Twins 2. Let's go. Let's go. Hell yeah. And when the Mariners win, what do we do? We dance, baby. Mariners win. Mariners win. Mariners win. That was fucking clutch. Let's go. And it wasn't like the most impactful. It was almost like a blooper hit by Cal Raleigh. But for Cal and JP to be the heroes here late, it feels good. Now we actually have a chance to possibly get 2 out of 3. And if we're really lucky, we might even get a surprise sweep on a team that could definitely sweep us. Let's go. Big win for the Mariners. Yes, sir. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Try dance up, baby. JP delivery. Cal's the man. Like, if you're not going to want to pay someone like Cal Raleigh, if you gave all this money to Julio and you see him this like little production that he's been giving, like we should pay Cal Raleigh, not necessarily like Julio money, but you got to make sure that you're taking care of the players that are coming up big and game in and game out. It's not Julio that's ended up being the hero at the end of the game. It's Cal Raleigh. And again, I think at one point or another, for all the people that have Julio as their favorite player, they're going to start switching some of those favorite players over to either the pitchers like Logan Gilbert or George Kirby, or maybe even a guy like Cal Raleigh. Cal is, for me, based off leadership, switch hitter, for me, it goes Cal Raleigh, then Julio, and then obviously guys like, George Kirby and Logan Gilbert. But Cal's my number one. And like I said, I love Cal Raleigh. I've always liked him as a rookie. He's gotten better and better each year, and we have to find a way to keep this guy a Seattle Mariner for life. And if he ends up being a Mariner for life, he'll be the best catcher in Mariner history by a long shot, over Dan Wilson and anybody else. Facts. Nobody comes up bigger in clutch situations than Cal Raleigh. Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. Well, I got to eat dinner and take Paisley for a walk. I will be here tomorrow at 7 o'clock Pacific for game number 2 of the Minnesota Twins and the Seattle Mariners. Final score, Seattle Mariners 3, Minnesota Twins 2 in 10. And I got one question for you. We don't talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang, let's go M's.